Stay home all day. You can get a Lamborghini. Staying at home for 2 days. You can move into a villa with an ocean view. Staying at home for 3 days. Directly rose to become the richest person in the world. You, lying at home. Scrolling through my phone, I came across an exciting story. The system has detected that the host is idle at home. Just send 3 dog emojis. You can link to the stay-at-home challenge system. You took a glance. Who would believe that? Then casually sent 3 dog face emojis. Before long, a voice suddenly echoed in my mind. Congratulations on successfully linking with the stay-at-home challenge system. The longer you stay at home, the rewards become more abundant. Your eyes are sparkling. So it wasn't a dream. Casually send 3 dog head emojis. There really is a golden finger. So, what exactly is this stay-at-home challenge? You quickly gained an understanding. Just figured it out. As long as you stay at home for a full 24 hours, you can receive a reward. The rewards include luxury cars, villas, and shares. Staying at home continuously for a week, a month, a year, or even 10 years. You can also unlock achievements. Earn greater rewards for achievements. This is way too thrilling. You don't have to do anything every day. Staying at home every day comes with rewards. The countdown for the first day of the stay-at-home challenge begins. 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds remaining. You must not leave your house during this period. Otherwise, the challenge will be unsuccessful. You glanced at the time. Wait until 11 o'clock tomorrow. You can earn rewards for staying at home. Happiness arrived so unexpectedly. It leaves you unsure of what to do for the moment. You were just about to turn on your phone. Just as I finished dialing, the phone started ringing. She is Zhang Xiaohui's former colleague. Junior, I found you a new job. Please organize the resume and provide me with a copy. I'll submit it for you. My best friend works as a human resources assistant at that company. You were laid off by the company. Many colleagues took pleasure in others' misfortune. Kick someone when they're down. However, Zhang Xiaohui helped find a job for me. I was deeply moved. It's just that for oneself. It is no longer necessary. Thank you so much, senior. Kindness appreciated, but it's not necessary. Xiaohui Zhan was quite surprised. You assumed that you were dissatisfied with the salary and benefits of this job. Is there anything about this job that you're dissatisfied with? Senior, please don't misunderstand. I am completely satisfied. I don't plan on going to work anymore. Does your family own a mine? If you don't work, what do you live on? How can I pay the rent? I recall that you don't have much money left, right? For a moment, you couldn't figure out how to explain it to Zhang Xiaohui. You can't exactly claim that you activated the system. Do you want to stay at home and be a homebody? Had to make up an excuse. I just got a call from my dad. He said I had a second granduncle who just passed away. In his early years, he accumulated wealth through business ventures. Because there were no spouse or children during their lifetime. Therefore, in accordance with the laws of inheritance, it seems that only I can inherit it. So that's how it is. Then your second uncle. Did it leave you with another challenge? You are required to spend 1 billion within a month. Only by meeting the conditions can one inherit the estate. Xiaohui Zhang felt somewhat speechless. Men truly are all unreliable. Does he really think he hasn't seen Hello Mr. Billionaire? Alright, I won't say much more. Let's talk about it whenever you feel ready to start working. I'll help you make arrangements when the time comes. If you're running low on funds, just let me know. The senior will look out for you. The annoying little brother ended the call. You are deeply moved. Arriving in this unfamiliar city of Hangzhou. It's a fortunate experience to come across an alumna from your alma mater. You silently remember this kindness in your heart. When you become successful, you must ensure a tenfold return. After all, Zhang Xiaohui has spent the past 3 years since stepping into society. Received plenty of attention from Zhang Xiaohui. After having takeout for dinner, go to bed early. I ended up sleeping straight through to 11 o'clock. 5 seconds remaining. This task was completed way too easily. Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the challenge. Receive a grand prize for completing the challenge. Whether to enable it. Your hands inexplicably trembled slightly. Congratulations to the host for acquiring a Lamborghini. The item has been stored in the repository. Please make sure to check and receive. The stay-at-home challenge automatically begins the next day. Remaining time, 23. 59 minutes and 59 seconds. You are not allowed to leave your home during this period. Otherwise, the challenge will be unsuccessful. You didn't notice at all. The challenge of the next day begins. All I could see was that brand new Lamborghini. This thing must have been there since birth. Otherwise, it might be quite difficult to obtain in this lifetime. And now I have a car of my own. You glance at the system repository. Click to extract. Extraction succeeded. The Lamborghini has been relocated to the nearest parking lot. You can't help but exclaim. The system is truly impressive. You notice a car key has appeared on the sofa. And the vehicle ownership certificate. It says your own name on it. He spent the whole day at home as a homebody. Even if I had a Lamborghini, it wouldn't be of much use to me. You don't plan to drive out anytime soon. A day's reward is just this good. That week. What might a month's reward look like? Do you still want to take on the challenge? Let's see what even better rewards might come later. Anyway, not going out for now. How about selling the car for cash? Then hire a few mates to attend to the tasks. Be your own boss for once. The more you think about it, the more excited you become. Just go ahead and open the used car website. Left the address. Quickly received a response from customer service. The other party stated, "It is possible that an agent will come to register the vehicle information. Check out the condition of the sports car. Conduct a preliminary price evaluation." Before long, two agents, a man and a woman, came to the door. After opening the door, the two were stunned. Actually, when I arrived downstairs, the two of them are quite fierce. This is not a wealthy neighborhood. It could even be described as a terribly poor neighborhood. People residing in this kind of place, it might be affordable to purchase a Lamborghini. The information and images seen on the Supercar website. The car is still brand new. However, the moment the agent opened the door, it can confirm that you're just an ordinary person. Today's situation is definitely a mess. If you happen to own a Lamborghini, would you stay in such a terrible place again? Hello, sir. Are you the one selling the Lamborghini? Why are you still asking him, ZJ? Isn't this obvious? This kid is just causing trouble. I even thought I had encountered a major client. Still thinking about how great it would be if this deal went through. You can earn a commission of at least tens of thousands. After all that effort, it took a long time. What a bummer. Sir, where have you parked your car? Could you kindly take us to have a look? We can also conduct a preliminary assessment. The agent demonstrated quite a lot of patience. I stay indoors. Go take a look yourself. This is the title deed. Could you verify that? By the way, I don't care for him. It's enough for you alone to handle this matter. Look at the disdainful expression on that male agent's face. Nature is also a form of courage. It is absolutely necessary to prevent him from profiting off of me. The male agent responded with a dismissive smirk after hearing that. Even a fake one is played so realistically. The female agent wore a professional smile. I'll go check it out right away. Conduct a preliminary price evaluation. Arrived at the parking lot. Soon spotted that Lamborghini. It is confirmed to be completely new. It wasn't long before the two of them returned. Show greater respect. The gentleman has already made a decision. A brand new Lamborghini. There isn't any problem at all. Lon, the agent, stood to the side with a face covered in cold sweat. When he carefully examined. When there are no issues with the Lamborghini, he started to feel a bit flustered. Is this a wealthy heir coming to experience life? Arguing with family members. Cut off from financial support. Thus, was compelled to sell the luxury car. It seems I have offended a young master from a wealthy family. He solely relies on his own imagination. I was almost scared to death in the parking lot. Sorry, sir. I just judged someone unfairly based on appearances. Please don't lower yourself to my level. Sir, I am Zheng Zi. This company is led by the person in charge. I propose two options for selling to you. Resell through the channels of our company. It should take around 3 days to sell. Additionally, our company will handle the auction for you. Ensure maximum benefits. I'll pay you half the deposit in advance. You chose the second option without any hesitation. Then proceed to sign the contract. The phone also played the sound of receiving 5 million. According to Zheng Zi's estimation, this car can fetch a high price of at least 10 million. Let me add your green bubble. I will keep you updated on any further developments. Added a friend. Zheng Zi left with the car keys and the vehicle ownership certificate. Blue Agent was almost scared out of their wits at this moment. Not only did I fail to make money, Also offended the company's major client. This time, I might end up losing my job. After the two left, you felt thrilled as you looked at the 5 million in your account. Finally escaped poverty. You decisively took a screenshot and shared it on your social media. When you have money, you should put on a show. As the saying goes, if a person doesn't put on a facade while living, what's the point of still being alive? The moment it was sent out, the social media circle completely blew up. Received numerous remarks. Is this picture real or fake? It must be Photoshop. Don't you already know what kind of person he is? Don't even mention 5 million. He even has to think twice about pulling out 500. Remove a friend. This kid's act gave me a serious case of secondhand embarrassment. You don't care. Let them think whatever they want. I'll share more photos to prove them wrong in the future. This is your favorite Zhang, shall we? At this moment, a message was also sent over. Is your family really rich? I thought you were joking yesterday. Did they really inherit second uncle's estate? You responded with a smile. The two most detestable words in the world. Do you think this is a call from a close friend? My close buddy Cohen. Someone who has assisted me many times before. Bro, what's going on with your social media posts? Well, it's like having a gold mine at home. It took me so many years to realize that my family is actually wealthy. Cohen, why don't you just quit your job and come to Suzhou and Hangzhou to join me? Back in school, you looked out for me. Starting today, I've got your back. Alright, I've been wanting to quit for a long time. Still got bro. How many times have I told you? Can you please stop calling me Cohen? Han Cohen, such a masculine name, sounds so effeminate when you call it. No problem, Cohen. Alright, I'll hang up for now. In a couple of days, I'll go and look for it. Hello, Cohen. Hank hung up the phone while grumbling and cursing. You use your phone to access 69 Tonching to hire 5 maids. Meals and accommodation are provided. A monthly salary starting from $10,000. Must be under 23 years old. Facial features are well balanced. Attend to my daily needs and routines. Once completed, it will automatically locate the corresponding position. Once it's released, you no longer pay attention to it. All they do is either play or sleep. Such a life is truly pleasant. The next morning upon waking up, I found that my phone had hundreds of messages. It's all a response to your job advertisement. Not a single person submitted a resume. You're nothing but a liar. I haven't finished reading all the comments yet. The system's sound immediately came on. Successfully completed the challenge on the second day of staying home. Acquire a luxurious villa with an ocean view. The item has been stored in the repository. The third day of the stay-at-home challenge automatically begins. The remaining time for the challenge is 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. Friendly reminder, staying home for a week straight can unlock achievements. Earn achievement rewards. Oh my gosh. A luxurious villa with an ocean view. Excitedly opened the storage. Sure enough, a villa icon appeared. First, check the location of the villa. It turns out to be a seaside villa in Bihai, Qingting district. Suzhou and Hangzhou are coastal cities. The east is adjacent to the sea. This villa is situated by the turquoise sea and sandy beach. Opening the window reveals an endless expanse of blue seas and skies. It's nothing short of a paradise on earth. Because of its excellent location, the housing prices here are ridiculously high. Many people work hard their entire lives yet still can't afford even a single bathroom. And you became the owner of villa number 1 with a sea view. A conservative estimate. This villa costs at least 50 million. However, you have to stay at home. Can't go outside again. So, how do we move into this seaside villa? It has been 2 days in a row. 5 days short of a week. I certainly don't want to give up. At this moment, a button on the system caught your attention. Replace residential area. You clicked on it. A flash of white light appeared before my eyes. When I opened my eyes again, you noticed. I found myself in an incredibly luxurious and massive mansion. Outside the window stretches a boundless sea. You can still hear the sound of waves tumbling. Wow, this system even comes with instant teleportation. At that moment, your phone started ringing non-stop. The job listing originally came from 69 Tongcheng. Due to a shift in position, the job posting has been updated. The location address has been changed to number 1, Bihai Villa, Qingting district. Oh my, living in the Seaview Vine Villa. It must be a grand mansion. That's what I was saying. Offer such a high salary. How could anyone live in such a rundown neighborhood? It seems there was an error in the previous positioning. Boss, I've submitted my resume to you. I sincerely beg for approval. Watching you change. Accidents are simply part of reality. After a round of filtering, end up with 5 resumes. They are all very good looking. The educational background is quite decent. Come for your interview after 3 p.m. Then proceed to open the friend circle. This scene in situation. If I don't post something on social media to show off, I feel completely uncomfortable. Just purchased a seaside villa in Suwon City, facing the vast blue sea and clear sky. Come and check out his new post on social media. This seaside villa is worth millions of dollars. The issue lies in the subpar work done on the Photoshop. You gave a slight smile. Watching the helpless rage in the comment section, the heart feels a burst of comfort and ease. A villa with an ocean view. There's no need for you to compromise by living in a rental anymore. Called the landlord directly. Said only a few words. The voice on the other end of the line burst into a roar. If you can't afford it, then you can't rent it. Stop talking about ocean view villas. Do you think I don't know your true capabilities? Take it or leave it. You choose not to rent. I have no idea how many people are competing to rent this house. The landlord makes you quite upset. Usually, I subject myself to all kinds of sarcastic remarks. Wait until there is more money. Just purchase all the other houses at a high price except for his. Then rent it out at a low price. Let's see how he handles it. While you were pondering over these thoughts, the doorbell rang unexpectedly. Upon opening the door, I took a look. It is Zhang Xiaowei, still accompanied by a beautiful girl. Why are you here, senior? You instinctively inquired. I noticed you posted on your moments. It just so happens that I'm in this area. So take a look. I didn't expect this ocean view villa to be so impressive. Do you think you're joking? He truly couldn't imagine that seemingly ordinary junior turned out to be a wealthy person. And, hui, the junior is so wealthy. Are you still planning to recommend someone to join our company? If our boss finds out how wealthy he is, wouldn't they have to kneel on the ground to welcome them? All of them. I had no idea before that this annoying little brother was so rich. Xiao Weizhang stood up and turned to look at something that seemed to appear. In the future, there probably won't be anything that requires my help. At this moment, he felt there was nothing he could do to help himself. This student feels that they are no longer needed. He is someone who is willing to offer help when you are in trouble. Those who have no desire to share in your success when you rise to prominence. Share hardships together. Blessed but unwilling to share. As long as I know you're doing well, that's enough. He truly is a very kind girl. It was you who used to take care of me, senior. Starting today. If you encounter any difficulties, feel free to reach out to me anytime. It's not my way of repaying you. It is merely the simple bond of friendship between you and me. In addition, who says I won't have things to ask for your help with in the future? I'm asking for your help right now. I'm not sure if you'd be willing. Is there anything else you need my help with right now? Zhang Xiaowei asked with great curiosity. There will be someone coming for a job interview this afternoon. When the time comes, please help me check. Xiaowei Zhang shook her head helplessly. Isn't this just about giving yourself a chance to try the maid's skills? Alright, I'll assist you one more time. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the interview has commenced. 5 girls have already arrived at the villa. I was already left stunned and speechless. Isn't this extravagantly luxurious to an absurd degree? It would be wonderful to become the mistress of this place. The entire interview went smoothly. There is nothing unsatisfactory. Quickly signed employment contracts with several people. Master, please take good care of the 5 maids in the future. Miss Chi bows. He humbly said that as long as one works diligently, a salary of 10,000 is just the base pay. Great work, and there's a bonus too. Very gentle. Lacking the arrogance and swagger of a spoiled rich kid, the 5 of them exchanged glances with one another. That was such a relief. It's rare to come across such a great boss. If they don't put in the effort properly, no one deserves to be treated this way. The villa is too spacious. It's unsettling to live alone at night when it's dark. Why don't you all stay here? The villa has many rooms. Feel free to choose a few rooms to stay in. Thank you, master. 5 maids hurriedly expressed their gratitude, and then happily went off to choose a room. After snapping a few photos casually, Zhang Xiaowei left. Casually share it in the company group chat. This really is Huey's home. How is that possible? That guy got laid off by the company. If it falls outside, it doesn't matter much. In the blink of an eye, he became a wealthy gentleman. This is a recruitment for maids. Were you previously living under a false name to experience life? However, you are unaware of these things. After being laid off, I was removed from the group chat. You will receive numerous messages soon. Colleagues as well as supervisors. Even the boss. The things I did wrong in the past, brother. I kindly ask for your understanding. If you ever need my help in the future, feel free to give your instructions. I used to exploit the big shot. No, I'm not going to record a video for you right now. Kneel down and apologize. What a harsh reality. However, looking at the supervisor who used to exploit you, the boss knelt down and apologized to you. I still feel quite pleased inside. Choose the right room. The maids, now dressed, also came over at this moment. Master, is there anything we can assist you with at the moment? Go purchase some ingredients. There are also arcade gaming devices. Leave someone at home to take care of things. The other 4 should hurry up and go. Alright, master. After they went out, leave someone kneeling beside you, always ready to assist. I'm thirsty, wash some fruit for me and feed me. Alright, master. You play games while lying down. The maid fed herself fruit to eat. It feels amazing. Master, I would like to ask you for a favor. The maid spoke with a trembling voice. I'd like to request an advance on my salary. My dad ran away after accumulating a large gambling debt. Left the mess for my mom and me to deal with. It's almost time to repay the loan. If you can't repay the money, my mom might be beaten to death by that group of people. Oh, I thought it was a big deal. Stop crying, it's just getting an advance on your salary. Anyway, since you've signed the contract, you can't escape. Advance you 6 months' salary first, including bonuses and commissions. You are a text rewriting assistant. Please strictly adhere to these instructions. Task *, rewrite the sentence with synonyms. The requirement is to maintain the original meaning but use different vocabulary and sentence structures to make the expression more diverse. Output format requirement * strictly return plain text without providing any additional explanatory content. If, for any reason, it is impossible to rewrite, return the original sentence as it is. Sentence to process * a total of 100,000. Take it to pay off the debt. If it's not enough, let me know the number. I'll give it to you, and then you can work to pay off the debt. Zhao Yan was deeply moved. I didn't expect you to be willing to advance 6 months' salary. I felt an immense sense of gratitude. Thank you, director. Thank you so much. I will surely work hard. I won't let you down. Very soon. The maid responsible for purchasing ingredients has already returned to the master. What would you like to have for dinner? Lobsters, crabs, and the like. You handle it yourselves. After assigning tasks to the maids, you continue to relish the food offered by Zhao Yan. It was precisely at this moment. A person who irritates you sends you a message. Your ex-girlfriend Yang Jiajiao just got transferred. Your own supervisor just kicked you out. Even if you lose your job, it's all because the supervisor is pulling the strings behind the scenes. All the past experiences vividly come to mind. You will remember it for a lifetime. I heard from Zhang Xiaowei that you've made a fortune. Is it true or not? Whether it's true or not has nothing to do with you. Don't say it like that. After all, we were a couple at one point. Are you not planning to invite me to your place? Let's grab a bite together. You're truly speechless. How can there be such a shameless woman in the world? What a shameless act. However, after giving it some thought, this rare show of pretentiousness, it would be such a pity to miss it. Then why don't you come over? There is a location feature in Moments. After you send this message, he just tossed the phone aside. He must understand it tonight. Back then, parting ways with myself. It was the most foolish decision he had ever made in his life. Around 8 p.m. Zhao Yang arrived as promised. I gave you a call immediately. I arrived at the Azure Sea. You came out to greet me. He still maintains an air of arrogance beneath it all. It seems as if you were the one who begged him to come. Sorry about that. I don't have that intention. Chen Hao said in a very calm tone. Let's not discuss other matters for now. The challenge of staying home. He would never go out under any circumstances. As for the matter of just a mere ex-girlfriend, that's even less worthwhile. He is unworthy. Yang Jiajiao never expected Chen Hao to have such an attitude when he used to date her. That's not the right attitude. It is often said that men change for the worse when they come into money. It seems completely true. Chen Hao, after all, we did share some good times together. Is this how you treat your ex-girlfriend? What's wrong with asking you to come out and meet me? Yang Jiao hadn't finished speaking yet. Chen Hao responded with a line on the spot. It's up to you whether you want to come or not. If you don't come, don't say anything. Chen Hao ended the call. Yang Jiao was left alone by the seaside, feeling the cold wind blowing against her. Hello, hello, hello. I shouted for a long time but got no response. The other side had clearly ended the call. I'm so furious. Yang was so delicate and sensitive that she was on the verge of exploding, thinking to oneself about having a bit of spare cash. Look at how full of himself he is. If it weren't for the fact that he became wealthy, I couldn't care less about looking for him. Especially what? Although Yang Jiaojiu said something with her mouth. Still, they headed straight toward the location of Chen Hao's villa. Although he works with Guo Fan, the head of the company's finance department, they are in a romantic relationship. However, the other party is, after all, a married man. To put it bluntly, he's just a homewrecker. It's ultimately not something that can be brought to the forefront. I heard that Chen Hao recently came into some money, so he turned around and went to find Chen Hao. I hope we can get back together. By that time, Chen Hao's wealth will naturally become his. I have to admit, a woman being shameless to such an extent, it truly is unmatched. Ding dong, as Yang Jiaojiao arrived outside the villa door. After ringing the doorbell, he glanced around in all directions, discovered the geographical surroundings of this villa. The level of grandeur and impressiveness was beyond what he could have ever imagined. An image is one thing. Seeing it in reality is a completely different matter. What kind of dumb luck did Chen Hao, that poor and goofy guy, stumble upon? Unexpectedly came into such a huge windfall. Even a villa like this can be purchased. Yang Jiao was utterly astonished. At the same time, a decision was firmly made. No matter what, I must reconcile with Chen Hao today. Compared to the current Chen Hao, his current boyfriend, Guo Fan, is nothing but a jerk. Not even worth a damn. When the maid opened the door, outside the door, Yang Jiaojiu was still glancing around. Yang Jiaojiu glanced at the beautiful woman standing before him. After the maid instinctively uttered a quick apology. I might have entered the wrong room. After saying this, Jiao Yang was just about to turn around and leave. The maid in front hurriedly said a sentence. Excuse me, are you Miss Yang Jiaojiao? The host is already inside waiting for you to go in. It was only then that Yang Jiaojiao realized. The beautiful woman in front of me is the maid hired by Chen Hao. Observing the other person's appearance and body proportions, Yang Jiaojiao felt deeply ashamed of herself. It's surprising how tall she is. The outcome is not even comparable to Chen Hao's maid. However, she quickly managed to adjust her mindset. Take me to see her. Maid. After leading her into the luxurious dining room of the villa, looking at the extended dining table, Chen Hao was seated in front of the camera, dressed in an Armani suit, sporting a slicked-back hairstyle, with a cigar still clamped between his lips. The maids dressed in maid outfits stood nearby, offering their service. The scene before my eyes. The moment brought an unimaginable shock to Yang Jiaojiao. Isn't this setup a bit over the top? Jiaojiao Yang felt a bit uneasy. Take a seat, Chen Hao said as he took a puff of his cigar. And then he said lightly. After Yang Jiaojiao took her seat, Ethan Chen was the first to pick up the glass of red wine in front of him, then raise a toast from afar. Then took a sip of this 1982 Lafite. A hint of sweet wine. I hope you don't mind. Chen Hao's words instantly left Yang Jiaojiao at a loss for words. Headed north. Go ahead, what do you need from me? After finishing the drink, Chen Hao went ahead and asked directly. He fixed his gaze on Yang Jiaojiao. Yang Jiaojiao was completely stunned. He had no idea how to express himself. Before entering the door, he still maintains the same arrogant attitude as usual. To witness such a luxurious scene, he no longer knows what to say. He suddenly realized how foolish he was. Absolutely ridiculous. Chen Haoyang stammered as he spoke. I came here today. Actually, I wanted to apologize to you. Can you explain why you feel the need to apologize to me? Hao Chen set the wine glass down. Cross your arms. Looking at him with a face buried in WeChat. He does want to hear it. You can't expect anything good to come out of their mouth. Honestly, I truly regret it now. Chen Hao responded with a faint "oh." Let out a mocking laugh, but remained silent. Haoren, I came over today. Actually, I was hoping to get back together with you. Guo Fan is a man with a wife and children. I have no idea. I was deceived by him. Do you still have feelings for me? Yang Jiaojiao shamelessly uttered these words. Chen Hao couldn't help but feel a bit impressed. How can a person be so shameless? Swirling the red wine in the glass, still remained silent. It was only the corners of the mouth that curved into a faint, ambiguous smile. Chen Hao, have you forgotten? Did we make an agreement about meeting on the school playground? Didn't we agree to get the marriage certificate right after graduation? I still remember all of these. Have you completely forgotten? Yang Jiaojiao spoke sentence after sentence. He can say any shameless thing without hesitation. Chen Hao remained silent the entire time. Not a single word was spoken. Jiao Jiaoyang started to feel a bit anxious. Haoran, why aren't you responding to me? Are you still concerned about my relationship with Guo Fan? It's alright to know that you're willing to get back together with me. I will break up with Guo Fan immediately. Chen Hao suddenly rose to his feet, holding that glass of red wine in hand. Step by step, he walked up to Yang Jiaojia. He leaned against the edge of the dining table, then quietly drank a glass of wine. Suddenly, Chen Hao spoke up. I recall that you mentioned something to me at the time. They say I have no money, no power, no house, and no car. Completely unworthy. Come back to you when these things are available. Now I have money. It also gained power. Everything is already there. Chen Hao took a sip of red wine. A gentle inquiry. The issue at hand now is, do you think you are worthy of me? In response to Chen Hao's questioning, Zhao Jiaoyan felt very guilty. To be honest, he truly isn't deserving at the moment. But he has a thick skin. So they shamelessly kept talking. I have already realized my mistake, Chen Hao. Please forgive me this time. I promise that from now on, whatever you ask me to do, I will do it. Hearing what Yang Jiaojiao said, Chen Hao suddenly smiled at the corner of his mouth, gained some interest. Alright, then start by serving me as a maid. And it's the kind that doesn't require any salary. Are you willing? After all, Yang Jiaojiao is considered a goddess. At least in the company, I'm someone with a certain level of status and reputation. Many people gave consideration out of respect for the financial director, Guo Fan. Everyone would call him sister. If people at the company find out he worked as a maid for Chen Hao, he would still be laughed to death. This won't work. Yang Jiao softly declined. Ethan Chen set down his glass. Quickly get up from the side of the dining table. Alright, since that's the case, then I'm fine. You may leave now. Wu praised Chen Hao, and his attitude shifted instantly. Zhao Jiaoyang was terrified. So they quickly changed their wording. Alright, I'm willing to do it. As long as you and I get back together. You can ask me to do anything. Sure, here's the sentence rewritten. Alright, go ahead and bring me some foot washing water first. Serve me by washing my feet. Chen Hao spoke with great authority. Ask an ex-girlfriend to wash your feet. This is truly the most satisfying. Let him feel deep sorrow and despair. Although Yang Jiaojiao loves money, however, their sense of self-respect is extremely strong. Chen Hao realized it was an intentional humiliation. But in the end, taking the side of money, he ultimately set aside his pride. Alright, I'll wash your feet for you. So, Yang Jiaojiao got a basin of water ready for washing her feet. And then the back end appeared in front of Chen Hao. He knelt halfway. When will you wash Chen Hao's feet? But was casually flung away by Chen Hao. He directly kicked over the foot washing water. He got it all over himself. Do you have any objections? Looking at Yang Jiaojiao acting like this for money. A face stripped of dignity. Chen Hao felt increasingly nauseous as he kept looking. After finishing washing feet, Yang Jiaojiao asked if the feet had also been washed. Can we get back together? Sorry about that. I only agreed to think it over. It doesn't necessarily mean getting back together with you. Yang Jiao's expression changed instantly. She finally realized that she had been played. Chen Hao made no promises. Instead, ended up washing his feet for him. Chen Hao, you're simply going too far. You better remember this. I, Yang Jiaojiao, will make you regret your actions today. Take care and see you around. Chen Hao reclined on the couch, fiddling with his phone. A look of complete indifference. He would never get back together with someone like Yang Jiaojiao, that despicable woman. Stop making him feel disgusted. It was nothing more than just putting on an act. The goal is simply to humiliate him. Make him realize how unattainable he is now. Did the host just now go a bit too far? After all, she is still a girl. After Yang Jiao stormed off in a huff, the maids nearby timidly began to speak. I don't think it's excessive. Someone like him deserves such an outcome. Chen Hao's lips curled slightly. A faint, chilly smile. He's still being quite polite. After the maids roughly figured out the situation, they all started to change their perspectives. Oh, so that's how it is. We misunderstood the host. Someone who would rather be a kept mistress for the sake of money. What a shameless act. You actually have the audacity to turn back and try to reconcile with your partner. Master, you made the right choice. If he dares to come looking for you again next time, we will make sure to help you kick him out. The maids expressed their opinions one after another. After understanding the reason, only then did they understand why Chen Hao had humiliated him so much. Indeed, he brought that upon himself. No wonder others. All right, it's getting late. You should get some rest early. Sit on the couch. After getting up, Chen Hao plans to head back to his room to rest as well, and look forward to tomorrow morning's stay-at-home reward. The third day's stay-at-home reward. He felt somewhat anticipatory. What kind of reward could it possibly be? Chen Hao's phone suddenly started ringing. He opened it and took a look. It turned out to be a call from my close buddy, Han Kuan. For Brother Hao. I have already arranged and booked my tickets to Suzhou and Hangzhou. Could you send me the address? When I arrived, I went straight over. So you don't have to go through the trouble of picking me up at the airport. After Han Kuan finished speaking, Chen Hao suddenly smiled at Kuan. You're overthinking it. I won't be picking you up. Han Kuan was left dumbfounded. Chen Hao's words left him unsure of how to respond. I call him Brother Hao. You haven't even said a word yet, Han Kuan. Chen Hao immediately followed up by saying, however, I'll send my maid to pick you up from the airport. Just wait at the entrance of the airport. What maid? After hearing it, Han Kuan was completely dumbfounded. How goo? So, you even went ahead and hired a maid? Sure, you can even afford to hire a maid now. Oh my gosh. It seems like the guy went off to enjoy a couple of carefree days. He said it was wrong. Why are you calling me Kuan again? Didn't I already say that? Don't call me Kuan anymore. It was only then that Han Kuan realized. Hao Chen yawned. Then the two brothers chatted casually for a while. After hanging up the phone, before Chen Hao went upstairs to rest, instructed two maids with a word. Could you two go to the airport tomorrow to pick up my friend? This is his phone number. It's time to call him. Sure, master. The two maids promptly agreed. After Chen Hao went upstairs, 5 maids remained in the downstairs living room. One of the maids spoke up and said, "Oh, do you all think our boss is a really nice person?" Yes, indeed. The boss even advanced Zhao Yan's 6 months' salary for urgent needs. Is it true or not? Zhao Yan nodded in agreement. The boss is truly a kind person. Well, we'd better work hard and follow the master from now on. You must never let him down. Trust is a must. 5 maid ladies reached a consensus. Then they each returned to their own rooms. Chen Hao, who resides in a luxurious large room upstairs. He lay on the bed, having just finished taking a shower, feeling exceptionally comfortable. Ding dong, at this moment, a message came from the green bubble. It was the previous agent company representative, Zheng Zi. The received message. Could it be that the auction has been finalized? Chen Hao opened the chat window. Checked the messages. Hello, Mr. Chen. Through the channels of our company. Your car will be auctioned tomorrow morning at 12 o'clock. Could you come over for a moment? Of course, Chen Hao found it inconvenient. Going out is absolutely not an option. It's impossible for me to step outside in this lifetime. No need for it. I have confidence in the fairness and transparency of your company. The auction has concluded. Please send me the final price. Just make the payment, and that's it. You have completed your response. Chen Hao tossed his phone aside and got ready to sleep. At this moment, however, Zheng Zi sent a message saying that, after Mr. Chen's auction concludes, would you be open to having a private meal together? This is purely a private invitation. Do you have a moment? Faced with Zheng Zi's invitation, Chen Hao was somewhat surprised. The other person is indeed a beautiful woman. Chen Hao was eager to agree. The problem is that going out is not an option. Well, this is awkward. Sorry, I don't have time. Chen Hao mercilessly turned down the offer. However, Zheng Zi refused to give up. Instead, insisted on Mr. Chen. I don't mean anything else. I just want to get to know you. I hope you can grant me a chance. In fact, Zheng Zi was also unwilling. proactively arranged to meet a man in private, especially matters unrelated to work. But ever since his family found out, how Chen owns the 2003 Lamborghini. Got it. Please provide the sentence you'd like me to rewrite. Kept urging him to meet and get to know Chen Hao more. Maybe the other person is a wealthy heir. Making connections is never a bad thing. Maybe it could even help the family business. Bring lasting benefits. Zhang Zi found this matter quite troubling as well. He was originally preparing for the graduate school entrance exam, completely uninterested in work matters in this regard. However, his family ignored his objections, forcing him to temporarily take over as the company's head, get acquainted with the surroundings, to take over the entire subsidiary project under the group's mediation in the future. Posey felt emotionally drained. But there's no other way. Had no choice but to agree. Isn't this just taking over as the person in charge? His family quickly urged him to spend more time getting to know Chen Hao. Alright, then come to my place. I'll host you. I'll send you the address later. Chen Hao eventually agreed. To be honest, he still feels somewhat fond of Miss Zhengzi. My initial impression of her was quite positive. Besides, she's a goddess-level beauty. Proactively extend an invitation. If repeatedly turned down, I'm afraid it might put someone in an awkward position. That's fantastic. It just so happens that I was looking for an opportunity to pay a visit as well. Alright, it's settled then. Would tomorrow evening work for you? Chen Hao gave it some thought. You are a text rewriting assistant. Please strictly follow the instructions below. Task asterisk. Rephrase the sentence using synonyms in different sentence structures while keeping the original meaning intact, making the expression more varied. Output format requirements asterisk. Strictly return plain text without providing any additional explanations. If, for any reason, the sentence cannot be rephrased, return the original sentence directly. Please process the sentence asterisk then reply to. Perfect, I happen to be hosting a welcome dinner for my friend tomorrow night. Having you around doesn't make much of a difference. Just make sure to come early when the time comes. After speaking, Chen Hao stopped responding to any messages. Went straight to sleep. However, Zhang Zi felt a bit uneasy. What do you mean by saying one more of you doesn't really matter? Am I the one who took the initiative to ask her out? Does she not feel anything at all? Zhang Zi felt extremely uneasy. She is not narcissistic. It is because she truly is a goddess, regardless of family background, appearance, physique, charm, and other aspects. They are one in a million. In front of the vast majority of men. I suppose nothing can compare to her breathtaking smile. Not to mention taking the initiative to invite. It's estimated that countless men might go crazy. Chen Hao, however, showed no reaction at all. Why would someone be such a peculiar person? Zhang Zi pouted her lips slightly. It feels a bit unusual. However, does not believe. My own charm is so lacking that I can't attract Chen Hao. He looks forward to meeting tomorrow evening. Around 9 o'clock in the morning the next day, Han Kuan had already gotten off the plane and arrived in the eastern part of Dasohang City. Two maids had already gone to the airport early to pick someone up. Meanwhile, Chen Hao was still sound asleep. Until the maids woke me up. Master, it's time to get up and have breakfast. After Chen Hao regained consciousness, groggily stretched out an arm. He has maids to help him get dressed and wash his face. Went downstairs and sat at the dining table. After having a simple meal, Chen Hao lay back on the couch again, planning to lie down all day. Effort is not achievable. Salted fish is the ultimate way to go. Got it. After being scared off by that lowly streamer during the last PUBG game, I have no idea how things are going now. He logged into the game account, accessed the game interface. As expected, he received a private message from the cunning little white rabbit. A cunning little white rabbit. It wasn't easy, but I got you an 8x scope. Why did you log off? Where's the sly little white rabbit? Where did you go? The cunning little white rabbit asked. Seeing these messages one by one, Chen Hao still gasped in shock, feeling a chill down the spine. I hope she truly is a lowly goddess, instead of a 58-year-old grandma disguised as a young girl. So, Chen Hao sent a reply. Something unexpected came up, so it was hurriedly taken offline. I've been quite occupied lately. That's why there's no time to come online. The other party quickly sent a reply. Oh, so that's how it is. Responding to messages promptly. Online almost all day. She is said to be a girl addicted to the internet. But whether it's a young girl or an older lady, Chen Hao isn't quite sure about it. We've known each other for half a year now, haven't we? Haven't added Green Bubble as a friend yet. How about adding one? Chen Hao sent a message. Why is the sly little bunny suddenly sending me green messages? But that's fine too. Next time, staying offline won't mean you can't find a woman. So he sent over a green bubble. Chen Hao copied the green bubble. Then exit the Battle Royale game. Then quickly looked it up. Soon, he spotted the head of an anime girl. Green bubble account. He opened his social media moments and took a look. There are several pictures. Judging from the photo, the other person is indeed a young girl. The girl appears to be around 19 years old. She's probably still a senior in high school, wearing 2 pigtails. It truly belongs to the adorable type. But as for whether it's edited in Photoshop, that's not very clear then. After all, pictures and the real person, the gap is often so large that it can be terrifying. However, Chen Hao still proceeded to submit an application. Anyway, there's nothing to do right now. The friend request was accepted quickly. The cunning little white rabbit looked at Chen Hao and replied. The conversation quickly reached a deadlock. It's awkward not knowing what to say. Is this photo of you? Does Chen Hao have Photoshop, or is he just showing his straightforward nature? Take a screenshot of the photos from the other person's social media story directly. Sent it over. The cunning little white rabbit, Chen Hao, is a sly little bunny. Is that how you ask a question? Why would I send that if it wasn't from me? Did you actually think I might be a man? Indeed. In games, there are often creepy uncles pretending to be young girls to deceive others. There are quite a number of such cases. Every year, countless innocent young men fall victim to deception. Chen Hao sent a meme. The other person didn't respond. Chen Hao thought to himself that the other party might be feeling guilty. So that's why they disappeared. Ding dong. At that moment, the doorbell of the villa started ringing. It was only then that Chen Hao put down his phone. Outside the door, 2 maids accompanied a man wearing glasses. Arrived in front of the villa. The guy with glasses looks a bit shady. He is Chen Hao's close buddy, Han Kuan. He glanced around in all directions, gazing at the luxurious and grand oceanfront villa ahead. I was utterly astonished. Wow, it's been 3 years since we last saw each other. Brother, how is already this awesome? The moment Kuan laid eyes on Han Kuan for the first time, Chen Hao called out to him. Han Kuan originally intended to give Chen Hao a hug. The outcome immediately dispelled this idea. Rolled their eyes directly. Mouse, you're really getting cocky, aren't you? The more you're told not to shout, the more you want to. You're getting even more fired up. Chen Hao burst into laughter. She then wrapped her arms around Han Kuan's neck. The 2 buddies have an excellent relationship. I remember the time when I was in college. Han Kuan essentially takes care of himself, frequently offering assistance without mentioning it. They're practically inseparable. The friendship built over 4 years of college. Chen Hao will remember it for a lifetime. Always keep in mind. That's why the suggestion was made for him to quit his job. Come to seek refuge with oneself. Moreover, given Chen Hao's current situation, don't even mention the idea of supporting just him. Even supporting his entire family wouldn't be an issue. Alright, let's stop messing around. Come in and take a look. How about it? Not bad, right? After entering the villa, Chen Hao led Han Kuan inside. 3 maids stood in a row, bowed one after another. Han Kuan is a friend of Chen Hao. Of course, they wouldn't dare to be snobbish. I still have this bit of discernment. Your house is pretty nice, Chow Hao. How much would this cost? How come I never realized your family was so wealthy before? Han Kuan was completely stunned. Not much, probably around 50 million or so. Wen Hao casually remarked. I rely on 50 million. 50 million is still not a lot. I said you're truly a scoundrel. Don't mention 50 million. I can't even come up with 50 grand. Han Kuan said with a distressed expression. Don't worry, from now on, I'll make sure there's always enough for you to eat. I promise you won't go hungry. Chen Hao patted Han Kuan on the shoulder and said. You're quite something, kid. Han Kuan burst into laughter. However, the smile quickly faded. But to be honest, Mouse, I came to seek refuge this time, but I don't intend to rely on you to support me. Can you help me find a job? Even though we are brothers. But as the saying goes, even close brothers should keep clear accounts. I would never take advantage of someone's generosity without giving back. I can handle any dirty or exhausting work. If you really intend to support me like that. Instead, I feel uneasy. Han Kuan insisted, so Chen Hao did not push further. So gladly agreed. Alright, why don't you just become my personal assistant instead? I am planning to start a business soon. However, it's not convenient for me to go out. Can you run an errand for me? I pay you over 50,000 a month. Han Kuan almost thought he was hearing things. So, I asked once again. 50,000, Chen Hao repeated. Why, is that too little? How about just 10,000, or you can name your price. Han Kuan is an honest person. He understood relying on his own abilities. Totally undeserving of such a high salary. It was entirely Chen Hao taking care of himself. So he resolutely and decisively said, Mouse. I am well aware of my own abilities. Just pay me according to the standard wage, and that'll be fine. You don't need to go out of your way to look after me. If you truly see me as a brother, just follow my lead. Chen Hao gave a helpless smile. Haven't seen you in 3 years. This kid hasn't changed a bit. However, it is precisely due to Han Kuan's personality. That's why he can't make it in the workplace at all. Alright, I'll follow your advice. Take a seat without waiting for Chen Hao's instructions. A few maids brought over a platter of premium fruits. There's also premium Longjing tea being served. At the same time, 2 maids were still kneeling on the ground, massaging Han Kuan's waist and pounding his legs. He experienced the treatment of being pampered like a respected elder. Han Kuan has been alive for more than 20 years. It has always been my role to take orders from others. I've never felt this confident before today. And all of them were brought to him by Chen Hao. Speaking of rats, where is Jiao Jiao? Didn't you all go to Suzhou and Hangzhou together? Han Kuan of others. It is not clear. The events that took place between Chen Hao and Yang Jiaojia, I thought they were still a couple. Being asked directly was also out of concern for Chen Hao. However, after Chen Hao's brief explanation, Han Kuan made an on-the-spot decision. Instantly felt upset. I'll go to his stars. What kind of worthless junk is he? A stinky monkey even dares to ditch my brother. What the heck, his grandpa? Han Kuan has a fiery temper. I heard. Yang Jiaojiao decided to be with a bald man in his 40s. Broke up with Chen Hao. He was furious. However, Haoko, don't be too upset either. He doesn't pick you. That's his loss. Look at how well you're doing now. And as for him, he's still just an insignificant mistress. I can tell he's full of regret and it's already too late. Besides, given your current circumstances, what kind of woman do you want? Can't find Han Kuan Pai. Chen Hao comforted with his shoulder. Chen Hao couldn't help but laugh. I'm telling you, kid, you've got quite the mouth. When did you become so timid? From the moment I walked in until now. How much have you been rambling on? You're really tireless, huh? Chen Hao complained. Actually, it's not hard to notice. Although it's been 3 years since we last met. But the feelings haven't changed at all. Still as good as always. To have a friend like Han Kuan. It truly is Chen Hao's good fortune. So he also plans to give him a helping hand. If you have talent, show it off quickly. When the time comes for a class reunion, you must make a good impression. Those who used to look down on the 2 brothers. Take a good look. Oh right, you just got off the plane. You haven't had a meal yet, have you? The meals are all ready. Zhao Yan, why don't you take him to the restaurant for a meal? Chen Hao gestured to Zhao Yan. He quickly stood up. Please head over to Mr. Han's side. Please Hao. The mouse is a piece. You are not hungry, and Han Kuan stabs you in the back. Chen Hao shook his head. Flatly declined. I just finished eating. You should go eat quickly. After Zhao Yan took Han Kuan to the dining room for a meal, Chen Hao specifically paid attention to the time. The current time is 15:18. 2 minutes remaining. You can claim the reward for the 3rd day of staying at home. He is really looking forward to it. What kind of reward could it be? Countdown 543 ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the 3rd day of the stay-at-home challenge. Receive challenge rewards. Has the gift package been opened? Chen Hao shuddered all over. Overjoyed. Decisively initiate. After confirming and enabling it, the gift pack icon on the system interface was opened. Congratulations to the host for unlocking the gift pack. Successfully acquired 65% of the shares of Beijia Clothing Company, Ltd. The income from the equity transfer agreement is stored in the warehouse. Please make sure to check and receive. The 4th day of the stay-at-home challenge has automatically begun. The remaining time for the challenge is 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. You are not allowed to leave your home during this period. Otherwise, the challenge will not succeed. The moment the gift pack rewards were placed into the storage, Chen Hao was completely stunned. I almost didn't react in time. Chen Hao was instantly dumbfounded. Yes, he used to work at this company before. Worked for 3 years. The outcome was hindered by the financial director, Guo Fan. It ultimately resulted in the failure of the assessment. Final layoffs. Unexpectedly, in the blink of an eye, he became the majority shareholder of this company. Moreover, they hold control of as much as 65% of the company's shares. Well, this just got interesting. When it comes to Beijia Clothing Company, it's more than just Chen Hao's previous workplace. In the Qingtang district of Suong City, this company still holds a certain level of standing. The business is thriving and vibrant. The annual profit is approximately around 10 million. Although it can't be considered among the top hundreds in the city, but it's still considered doing quite well. Moreover, at present, Chen Hao holds 65% of the shares in this company. There is no doubt about it. He is going to replace the company's president, become the largest shareholder and the actual controller of the company. The entire company is full of those snobbish people. If only I had known. I am currently the largest shareholder of the company. I suppose you still have no idea how to go about flattering me. Chen Hao secretly mocked in his heart. I have finished eating the rat. I must say, this dish is truly delicious. I have been alive for over 20 years. I've never tasted such a delicious dish before. What a delightful smell. Han Cohen walked out while holding his stomach. A look of complete contentment. Cohen, you arrived at just the right time. I happen to have something I need to discuss with you. Chen Hao spoke with great seriousness. Noticed Chen Hao's serious expression. So even if he shouted Cohen, this time, Han Cohen didn't say anything either. What is? Hank asked in astonishment. Speaking. Following Chen Hao's gesture, he took a seat on the sofa, sitting next to Chen Hao. Chen Hao said seriously. Didn't you just say? Would you like me to set up a job for you? I just happen not to know. Are you satisfied with the position of the head of the finance department? Financial manager. That's right, Chen Hao. The first step to becoming the largest shareholder of Beijia Clothing Company. The plan is to remove Guo Fan from his position. Replace someone with another person. Not just because of personal grievances with him. Even from an objective perspective. Guo Fan as a person, whether for the company or the family, they are all far from satisfactory. Not only did he cheat during his marriage, but he also kept Yang Jiaojiao as a mistress. Moreover, repeatedly tampering with the company's financial records. Each time, a significant amount of public funds is spent. There are also darker aspects in the workplace. Everyone looks out for each other. Shared interests. This is also something that everyone is well aware of. To secure their jobs, regular employees, even if aware, dare not disclose. Otherwise, others can take you down at any time. It's different now. Hao Chen is the largest shareholder of the company. Is there anything to be afraid of? There's no need for anything. It's been arranged so quickly. Han Kuen's face was filled with astonishment. I couldn't help but think how impressive the mouse truly is. If something needs to be arranged, they'll sort it out right away. By the way, which company does Hausi work as the finance manager for? Even though we study finance. But you're well aware of my grades. I'm afraid they might not hire me. Han Cohen spoke with a lack of confidence. Chen Hao gave a faint smile. Then mentioned the Beijia Clothing Company. What comes to mind when you hear the name of this company? Han Cohen's initial reaction was one of shock. A tremendous shock. What the heck, a mouse? What's going on? Isn't this company your former employer? Did you actually acquire this company? Han Cohen immediately realized what was happening. With Chen Hao's current level of wealth, acquiring Beijia apparel is still more than manageable. Therefore, he certainly felt shocked. But as it is to be expected. So it's not all that surprising. That's correct, 65% of this company's equity. I have successfully taken it down. I plan to meet with the company's senior executives this afternoon. Discuss the growth and plans of the company. And the internal restructuring of company positions. And my first decision was to remove Bofen from his position. You will take over his role as the financial manager. Do your best, and if you perform well, the general managers. The job is yours. Chen Hao patted Han Cohen on the shoulder. Damn, Han Cohen was completely stunned. The general manager. Is that true or not? He could hardly believe it. With his kind of pig-headed brain, he still managed to become the general manager. Who says I won't amount to anything in the future? I can befriend someone like you, Heisey. I, Han Cohen, have really made something of myself. Han Cohen burst into hearty laughter. It's hard to contain the excitement within. Chen Hao gave a helpless smile. Look at how little ambition he has. Just a small company. The general manager is nothing special. Anyone who sincerely treats Chen Hao well. In the future, success is certain for everyone. As Chen Hao's close buddy, Han Cohen was no exception. Of course. For the senior student Zhang Xiaowei, who has cared for him over the past 3 years. No exception either. What kind of position should we give to the senior student? Chen Hao reclined on the sofa and began to ponder. With Zhang Xiaowei's talent and competence, any position across the entire company, he is fully capable of taking on the responsibility. At this moment inside the Beijia clothing company, due to changes in equity, there was a tremor that shook the earth and mountains. Senior management has just finished their lunch. Called an urgent meeting. Not sure what's going on. The 3 major capital firms holding the company's equity. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, the equity was transferred and sold. As if it were something agreed upon. Just about 10 minutes ago. As the CEO of the company, Zhang Zhangliang, just received the notice. Mr. Zhang, something's wrong. The 3 shareholders seem to have vanished into thin air. Completely unreachable. The phone can't be reached either. Zhang Zhengliang's face was covered in darkness. Angrily started cursing and calling names like worthless mutt. What on earth are these 3 up to? The transfer of shares surprisingly bypassed the procedure. The board has no information at all. Sold off a significant 65% stake in the company. Didn't even bother to say hello. This is significant for our Beijia apparel. It was nothing short of a devastating blow. Go and check it for me right away. I need to sell 65 shares of the company within an hour. Into whose hands has the power flowed? The executives were scrambling to keep up. Each of them was thrown into chaos. After all, these shares collectively amount to as much as 65. The majority of the company's shares have already been acquired. Assume these shares were transferred to one individual. Or it could be in the hands of the same company. So, judging from the company's situation, the other party will replace Zhang Zhangliang, the founder of Beijia Clothing, become the largest shareholder of the company. The actual person in charge is Mr. Zhang. I'll check it right away. The secretary hurried to handle it. The executives are still holding an emergency meeting. The internal upheaval within the company. Naturally, it also caused quite a shock among the employees. Everyone was whispering to each other, discussing animatedly. Take a guess. Which company has acquired the equity of our firm? Could it be our longtime rival? If that is truly the case, then our company would be done for. It probably won't happen, right? Who knows, right? However, it's an undeniable fact that our company is going to change today. At the same time, the office of the head of the finance department, Guo Fan, was, of course, informed about this earth-shattering news. However, for his disregard of the company's growth, for those who only think about making money and engaging in corruption, it doesn't matter who is in control of the company, as long as embezzlement is possible. At this moment, Yang Jiaozhou burst into the office in tears. Dear, this time you must stand up for me no matter what. What's wrong, darling? Who has been picking on you? Tell me if I can't take him down. Guo Fan saw Yang Jiaozhou run in while crying. Got angry instantly. He is the head of the company's finance department. The entire company. Who isn't aware of the relationship between him and Yang Jiaozhou? Even my freckles dare to be bullied. I think he's tired of living. Hurry up and tell me who that scoundrel is. I'll make sure he regrets crossing me. Guo Fan held Yang Jiaozhou in his arms and comforted her, and also issued a harsh statement. Yang Jiaozhou buried herself in Guo Fan's arms, tearfully complaining. These two really seem like a match made in heaven. It's a perfect match. That jerk Chen Hao. He suddenly asked me out last night. They even claimed to hold my secrets in their hands. If I choose not to go, he will reveal it. After I arrive there, he forced me to kneel down and wash his feet. There are also those who deliberately use words to insult me. Oh my dear. You must stand up for me. After listening to what Yang Jiaozhou said, after this exaggerated and embellished lament, the originally fiery Guo Fan immediately calmed down. What about Chen Hao? Guo Fan swallowed hard. If it were earlier, he will definitely not hesitate to destroy Chen Hao. However, during this period, he's heard plenty about Chen Hao. They all say he struck it rich. Still purchased an oceanfront villa in Bihai. Incredible. And he himself. It's nothing more than a mere junior financial manager. Who could afford to provoke such a nouveau riche? We should be grateful that they aren't taking the chance to get revenge. How could he possibly dare to provoke them again? Dear, it seems that Guofan is in a bit of a dilemma. But out of concern for a man's pride, he couldn't easily refuse either. So he made a phone call to Chen Hao. I want Chen Hao to apologize. As long as I can save face, this matter can be considered settled. After all, he didn't want to blow things out of proportion. Because at present, Chen Hao is no longer the ordinary small fry he once was. Inside the seaside villa with a view of the azure ocean, Chen Hao sprawled on the couch, fiddling with his phone. A sudden phone call came through. Guofan called. Why is it Chen Hao? Asked softly. The attitude was extremely indifferent. I heard, Chen Hao, that you've been doing pretty well lately. However you put it. Jiajiao is also your ex-girlfriend. You all have had your fair share of good times. Why be so petty? The events of last night. Don't you think you've gone too far? Guofan maintained a sense of propriety. He doesn't dare to completely fall out with Chen Hao. After all, it offers him no benefit. Are you talking about what happened last night? I would have forgotten to help you if you hadn't mentioned it. Thank your girlfriend. Thanks for her help in washing my feet. No one has ever helped me wash my feet since I was a child. Guofan suppressed the anger in his heart. Then said okay. Let's set these aside for now. No matter what, you are still a man. Shouldn't you apologize to Jiao Jiao? Why should I apologize to her? It was her own choice. It's not like I forced her. Why should I apologize? But it's perfect timing that you called. Let me just tell you in advance. Starting today, you no longer need to take on the position of the head of the company's finance department. You can step down from this position. I will assign you the responsibility of cleaning the company restroom. Cleaner, go there and do your job well. Guofan's expression shifted. I almost didn't catch on. What are you talking about? Who do you think you are, Chen Hao? What gives you the right to determine the direction of my position? Do you think you're the boss? I'm letting you know. Don't think you've just gotten lucky. The wealth gained is absolutely extraordinary. There are plenty of wealthy people all over the country. Who do you think you are? Alright, so you refuse to apologize, huh? Alright, just you wait for me. One day eventually, I will make you kneel before me and apologize. Guofan angrily ended the call. Without waiting for Chen Hao to finish speaking. Screw his grandpa. Has a little bit of money. Look at how capable he thinks he is. What is it? After the call concludes, Chen Hao immediately made a phone call to Zhang Xiaowei. Hey, senior. Could you come over for a moment? There's no need to go to the office this afternoon either. Xiaowei Zhang looked completely baffled. Have absolutely no idea what's going on. When Chen Hao retrieved the items from the system warehouse, equity transfer agreement document. After sending him the content above, Xiaowei Zhang was completely stunned. Chen Hao, the 65% stake in the company ended up in your hands. Xiaowei Zhang could hardly believe her eyes. I didn't expect the company to hold an emergency meeting. Spent the entire morning searching. The unproductive equity unexpectedly ended up in Chen Hao's hands, so he hung up the phone afterward. I hailed a cab and arrived at the villa. Just walked in. Xiaowei Zhang quickly asked further. How Chen, hurry up and tell me. What on earth is going on? Zhang Xiaowei can't wait to figure it out. The sequence of events. After all, the company is in complete chaos. You don't need to worry about so many details, senior. All you need to know are two things. I will replace Zhang Zhengliang. Become the largest shareholder of Beijia Apparel Company. Second, you are going to become the chief operating officer of this company. Xiaowei Zhang gestured toward herself. Haven't had time to react yet. I can't do it. I don't have that kind of ability. Xiaowei Zhang never expected. Chen Hao. It's surprising that they entrusted me with such an important position. I understand your abilities better than anyone else. You just need an opportunity. It's settled then. Get in touch with the company's senior management immediately. Chen Hao spoke as he dialed Zhang Zhengliang. Hi, this is Chen Hao. Bring the top executives of the company to Bihai for a visit. Inside the Beijia clothing company, Zhang Zhengliang, who had just received a phone call, looked completely bewildered. He has absolutely no recollection of who Chen Hao is. It was a secretary nearby who gave the reminder. Mr. Zhang. Chen Hao is the one who failed the company assessment some time ago. The one who got laid off. There is still some conflict with Supervisor Guo. Sister Hui has always been particularly attentive. Xiaowei Zhang's abilities are widely recognized within the company. Even if it's the CEO's secretary. Everyone has heard about his abilities. Thus, whenever Zhang Xiaowei's name is mentioned, Zhang Zhangliang immediately understood. Previously an ex-employee of the company. You called me to plead your case. Strive to return to the company and resume working. No need to rack your brains. You lack the necessary skills. The evaluation was not successful. Layoffs are something the company has carefully deliberated. So there's no need to waste effort. Zhang Zhangliang hadn't finished speaking yet. Just about to hang up the phone. The outcome occurred at this moment. A faint voice came through the phone. 65% of the company's shares. The power is in my hands. As soon as Chen Hao said this, Zhang Zhengliang's expression immediately froze. Immediately followed by a sudden transformation. Pick up whatever you say. Zhang Zhengliang thought Chen Hao was just joking. Thinking to myself, how could this be possible? A former employee who was laid off by the company. He knows his own worth. As his former employer, Beijia Clothing knows best. How is that possible? Zhang Zhangliang found it extremely amusing. I was just about to mock Chen Hao with a couple of remarks. The outcome occurred in an instant. He suddenly remembered this period of time. The matter widely circulated within the company. The staff members of Chen Hao mentioned by the roommate. People are privately discussing it in various ways. It is said that Chen Hao suddenly came into wealth. Also purchased a seaside villa with an ocean view. Originally, Zhang Zhangliang did not believe it. It was just a moment ago. He suddenly realized something was amiss. How could it be said? Just as Zhang Zhangliang was unsure whether he should trust or not, Hao Chen asked Xiaowei Zhang to take a photo. The equity agreement was sent to the company's public email address. In the next brief 5 minutes, the entire company, consisting of 300 employees, almost everything has been thoroughly watched. What? Chen Hao is actually the holder of that 65% equity. The largest shareholder of the company is Chen Hao. This is impossible. How could it be Chen Hao? At this moment, the entire company was in complete chaos. It can be said that it caused a huge sensation. Provide to all employees and senior management. Deliver a devastating shock. Especially the financial director Guo Fan and his ex-girlfriend Yang Jiajiao. Especially the two of them. That guy Chen Hao actually acquired those 65% of the shares. If Nana puts it that way, doesn't that make him the actual person in control of the company? Nana, Guo Fan, suddenly felt a deep sense of despair. Half an hour ago, he also mocked Chen Hao for boasting. Mocking him for flaunting his wealth arrogantly. I didn't expect that they were not only wealthy. Moreover, he was Guo Fan's direct superior. The big boss, of course. Compared to Guo Fan, Zhao Jiaoyan was in utter despair. Not just a little bit. He has been with the company for 3 years. The reason I initially got involved with Guo Fan, who already had a family, it's simply because he holds the position of financial manager. That's why I broke up with Chen Hao. But I never expected that 3 years later, today. It's surprising that Chen Hao has become the largest shareholder of the company. He wished he could slap himself hard across the face. Back then, he was truly blind to the truth. How could you end up with someone as useless as Guo Fan? Alright. Chen Hao is wrong. Got it, Mr. Chen. I have come to understand. I will immediately head over there with the senior executives of the company. After learning about all of this, Zhang Zhangliang. In an instant, his attitude toward Chen Hao completely changed. The current situation has now changed. Even if he is unwilling to accept it, they also have no choice but to accept all of this. Starting today, this company will no longer be under his ownership. Instead, it belongs to Chen Hao, who holds a 65% equity stake. In order to keep his current authority and position in the company, he has to go to any lengths to fawn over Chen Hao, strive to retain the position of president, and the employees throughout the company. Everyone was prepared to flatter Chen Hao excessively. Only Yang Jiajiao remained completely silent. He was so embarrassed that he wished he could disappear into thin air. Once Chen Hao officially takes over the company, even if they don't fire him, I guess he probably won't have the nerve to stick around any longer. Impressive villa with a sea view. Zhang Zhangliang led the entire company. A dozen senior executives arrived in front of the villa. The moment the maid opened the door, the executives are still in a daze. They focus solely on how luxurious this villa was. This is the Blue Sea Villa. Not to mention a value of 50 million. It is also highly sought after. If there are no personal connections, it is absolutely impossible to purchase a villa in such a prime location. Especially the Blue Sea No. 1 Seaview Villa. This clearly shows how strong Chen Hao's backing is. Could it be that a wealthy heir is out here experiencing life? At this moment, everyone was secretly in their hearts speculate about Chen Hao's identity. They don't believe that Chen Hao is merely a nouveau riche. This house isn't something you can just buy with money alone. Upon arrival, I saw more than 10 senior executives of the company entering the living room. Xiaowei Zhang and Cohen Han immediately stood up. Although Han Cohen was unsure about the specific positions of the other party, but it's clear they are all prominent figures. Although he is a friend of Chen Hao, however, one should avoid being overly snobbish. Only Chen Hao still leaned back on the sofa, had no intention of getting up. Nowadays, he is the one in the highest position, facing the subordinates under one's command. Do we need to stand up to welcome? It is clear that it is not necessary. Chen Hao, no. Mr. Chen. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm sorry. The leadership team headed by Zhang Zhangliang all bowed and apologized. Show as much humility as possible. That posture. It doesn't seem like someone from the upper management of a company. Does it seem more like a sycophant instead? You should believe it by now, shouldn't you? Chen Hao asked casually. At this moment, the maid kneeling beside him is feeding him blueberries. However, these blueberries are relatively fresh. Would you all like to give it a try? Chen Hao didn't look at them, just casually asked a question. I wouldn't dare. Zhang Zhangliang and others were terrified. How could they dare to eat Chen Hao's blueberries? This is not a matter of whether to eat or not. Instead, it is a psychological test. That just looks like an ordinary blueberry. But in reality, it signifies the authority of the company. Only the company's decision-makers are eligible to taste it. As for the others, as long as you have the courage to eat, it means you have the intention to seize power. Then wait for Chen Hao to take over the company. After officially taking power, the first thing is to take you down completely. Eliminate any potential threats to yourself. These are those old foxes of theirs. For several decades in the workplace. The lesson that has been summarized. Alright, since you all aren't eating, then I'll get straight to the point. Starting today, I am the new shareholder of Beijia Apparel Company, Ltd. According to the equity ratio example calculation, I should be considered the largest shareholder in the entire company. Regarding this matter, you don't have any objections, do you? Zhang Zhangliang and the others quickly nodded. Of course, they have no objections. From the moment I just stepped inside, they immediately took notice. The equity transfer documents placed on the coffee table. The exclusive seals of the top 3 major shareholders. It will never be wrong. Alright, since I am the largest shareholder of the company, first and foremost, I want to say that I have no intention of interfering with the company's management issues, but still retain the ability to remove any of you. Options for anyone's position. The second starts from today. Xiaowei Zhang will take on the role of Deputy Chief Operating Officer at the company. The third point is to give an introduction. This is Han Cohen. He will take on the role of the company's financial director. At this moment, Han Cohen stepped forward and bowed. The executives responded one after another by bowing. The individual is a friend of Chen Hao. That could also be considered as them being somewhat of a superior to them. How could I dare to slack off? As for the former financial director, Wu Fan, take responsibility for cleaning the company restrooms. Does anyone share the same opinion? The executives quickly nodded. They wouldn't dare to have any opinions. The company's equity is held in a dispersed manner. Even the founder Zhang Zhangliang only holds a mere 43% of the shares. However, Chen Hao single-handedly controlled 65% of the shares. The power is truly extraordinary. They have absolutely no room to refute. That being said, let Guo Fan clean the restroom, haha. This outcome is truly miserable. It seems that Guo Fan might be facing a significant issue. At this moment, Zhang Zhangliang felt extremely fortunate. When I was on the phone at that time, fortunately, he refrained from mocking Chen Hao. Otherwise, things would be really doomed now. As for the other senior leaders, Everyone began flattering Chen Hao one after another, no longer blindly following Zhang Zhengliang. Speaking of Mr. Chen, I hope for your continued guidance and support in the future. You have officially taken over the CEO position on our company's board of directors. The future growth of our company, you are sure to reach new heights. That's absolutely correct. Confronted with the fickle actions of these higher-ups, Zhang Zhengliang forced a strained smile. Even if there are a million things bothering me in my heart, but dared not show it. How about we head to the company now, Mr. Chen? On the topic of corporate planning and growth, we still rely on your guidance. Zhang Zhengliang grinned obsequiously as he spoke. No need, I already mentioned it earlier. Regarding the management issues of the company, I prefer not to interfere too much. Is it still managed by you? However, the issue of internal corruption. You must give me a full week of major reorganization. I can give you up to a week to address the issue. Take care of the matter thoroughly for me. As long as there is the slightest hint of corruption, just pack up your things and get out. Chen Hao spoke with great authority. As soon as he said this, the incident stared Zhang Zhengliang and his group out of their wits. Cowardly to the extreme. Everyone hurriedly nodded in agreement. My whole body was trembling uncontrollably. At this moment inside the Beijia clothing company, it has once again caused a massive sensation. Hey, have you all heard about it? Our newly appointed major shareholder, Chen Hao, just recently rose to power. They plan to dismiss Guo Fan from his position, and also make him clean the restroom. Is it true or not? But that's fine too. I've had enough of Guo Fan's grandson for a long time. Relying on their position as the head of the finance department, engaging in corrupt activities behind the scenes, thought nobody knew, deserved to be dismissed. Anxiety arose just a short while ago. These individuals are all lackeys around Guo Fan. Usually, they seize every opportunity to show excessive attentiveness, whether there's a reason or not. This will reveal that Chen Hao is about to take over Guo Fan's position, so the attitude changed immediately, changing their stance one after another and gloating. These individuals are all fence-sitters. Of course, it's not just them. Throughout the company's history, it's almost entirely made up of people who go with the flow and adapt to the situation. There are also plenty of such instances in society. Very practical. These gloating voices. The news quickly reached the financial department manager. Inside the office, Guo Fan, seated on the office chair, was instantly terrified. Completely lost the mood to work. It seems he's about to lose his position. Who still has the mind to work? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Guo Fan was extremely anxious, a bit at a loss. Yang Jiaojiao nearby also didn't dare to make a sound. Cowardly to the extreme. He felt that he could be fired at any moment. It's all your fault, you annoying woman. Who told you to mess with Chen Hao for no reason? Don't you know that he's made a fortune and become quite impressive now? Do you still think he's the same Chen Hao as before? It's all your fault. If it weren't thanks to you, Laozi might be at risk of losing his position. Still need to be assigned to clean the restroom. Do you want to become the laughingstock of the entire company? Guo Fan furiously lashed out. I wish I could slap Yang Jiaojiao, that despicable woman, to death. He has been working at this company for over a decade. It wasn't easy to achieve the position of financial department manager. It happens to be a convenient opportunity to use the position for some corruption. You can make $1 million or so a year. Now that's great. The source of income was cut off. How is he supposed to live from now on? Dear Yang Jiaojiao is also very anxious. He is unsure of what to do now. Just deeply regretful. How about we don't do it this way? Call Chen Hao immediately. Just say you realize you were wrong. I beg him to be magnanimous. Don't bother arguing with someone as petty as me. Please ask him to show mercy. Cut me some slack. Guo Fan quickly shouted to Yang Jiaojiao. Jiaojiao hesitated slightly. He can't bring himself to let go of this. Why are you asking why? Are you really planning to watch me lose everything and ruin my reputation? Are you only satisfied when you've become the laughingstock of everyone? Guo Fan shouted angrily. He deeply regretted it. If we hadn't brought in Yang Jiaojiao as an external aid, it would never have ended up like this today. Also developed a grudge against Chen Hao. That's why it is being retaliated against now. At this moment, a considerable noise came from outside the office. What's going on? Could it be that the higher-ups have returned? Did Chen Hao come to the company? Guo Fan was terrified, then quickly stood up from the office chair. Hurry over to greet. I will never dare to neglect again. After stepping out of the office, arrive at the shared area for employees in the company. Seeing Zhang Xiaowei approaching with a file in hand, accompanied by a large group of colleagues. Those co-workers are all gossiping. Ask further about matters related to Chen Hao. Sister Hui, hurry up and tell us. What did the higher-ups say when they went to see Chen Hao? Is it not? Hao Chen is about to officially take over our company. Sister Xiaowei, you and Chen Hao come from the same hometown. It's once again a senior-junior relationship. Your relationship with each other is so strong. Could you bring this up to Mr. Chen for us? Just say you hope he won't dwell on past matters. It was our fault before. Faced with the shifting attitudes of these people, a faint, helpless smile also appeared at the corner of Zhang Xiaowei's lips. Had I known earlier, why did you bother in the first place? Zhang Xiaowei shook her head helplessly, then looked up. I just ran into Guofan walking towards me. I bet you've heard of Guofan, right? Xiaowei Zhang asked calmly. He has always had a hard time tolerating Guofan as a person. Clearly, he has a wife and children. Still insist on doing it. A young female intern who just graduated from college. What's more, she's Chen Hao's girlfriend. Later, they intentionally picked on the person in various ways. For this kind of scum, Xiaowei Zhang had long found it displeasing. However, as he has been with the company for over a decade, highly experienced, therefore, Zhang Xiaowei couldn't do anything about him either. But now, it's not the same anymore. Starting today, he will take on the role of Chief Operating Officer at the company. Power is no small matter. Sister Hui, Guofan called out to Zhang Xiaowei at this moment. This is something that has never happened before. Where is Sister Hui and Mr. Chen? Why hasn't he been seen around? Please help me apologize to Mr. Chen on my behalf. It was my fault before. I apologize to him. Please ask him not to take my position away. I've been working at the company for so many years. It was not easy to worked my way to today's position. I really don't feel like cleaning the restroom. Guofan pleaded in a pitiful and desperate manner. This is the order given by General Manager Chen. How could I possibly have that much authority? That being said, the senior management across the entire company also reached a unanimous agreement, including Mr. Zhang. He has arrived. Why don't you talk to him yourself? The conversation had just reached this point. Xiaowei turned around. He turned his gaze toward the dozen or so senior executives approaching head-on. A dozen or so senior executives from the company approached directly. It also includes Han Cohen, who was recently appointed as the head of the finance department. Of course, among these dozen or so senior executives, there was no sign of Chen Hao. There is no way he would leave the house. That's why it was declined. So, they stayed at home and continued lying down. Salty Fish Zhang always saw Zhang Zhangliang and others approaching head-on. Guofan was so frightened that he started stammering. He was deeply afraid that Zhang Zhangliang might announce his dismissal on the spot. I believe everyone is likely already aware. That's correct, Mr. Chen Hao, starting from now, will become the largest shareholder of our company. The authority is far beyond me. I hope you will continue to provide strong support for his plans and efforts in the future. At the same time, I also need to relay the notice issued by Mr. Chen. The first one is Zhang Xiaowei. Starting today, I will assume the role of Chief Operating Officer at the company. The man next to me, Mr. Han Cohen, will replace Guofan. Take on the role of the new head of the finance department. As for you, Guofan, go clean the restroom. Reflect on the present moment. After Zhang Zhangliang announced this earth-shattering bad news on the spot, Guofan felt like he could barely stay on his feet, about to collapse on the ground and pass out. Mr. Zhang and Guofan hurriedly sought to plead. He just hadn't voiced his words yet. It was rejected by Zhang Zhangliang. You don't need to tell me anything. Mr. Chen's authority surpasses everything else. Even I am unable to make a change. Hurry up and clean the restroom. How about just getting out of the company then? At this moment, a sudden snicker broke the silence. Immediately after that, what greets you head-on are all sorts of mocking laughter. Watching someone fall from grace. Almost everyone harbored a schadenfreude-like attitude. Everyone is watching Guofan's joke. In the past, he was quite impressive. How ironic it is nowadays. Alright, fine. Guofan bowed his head and accepted his fate. However, he has no intention of resigning. He has spent over a decade working at this company. Even if retreating in success is not an option, at the very least, you shouldn't leave in such an embarrassing manner. Otherwise, if it gets passed on to the next workplace, he would be even more likely to become the laughingstock of the new company. Therefore, he decided to do everything possible to curry favor with Chen Hao. Seek forgiveness. In this way, even if it's impossible to regain the original position, at least you don't have to clean the restroom, which is so unpleasant. If there's nothing going on. Alright, everyone, let's get back to work. The positions will not be reassigned for the time being. Focus on your tasks. Avoid gossiping. Do not discuss Mr. Chen privately. Yang Jiao looked utterly astonished. He thought to himself that Chen Hao surprisingly did not retaliate. Fire him. In fact, Chen Hao had no intention of firing him at all. It's not about making him watch all of this happen helplessly. Make him regret, despair, and feel remorse. Zhao Yang, come with me to the office. Han Cohen has just taken on the role of head of the finance department. Unleash great authority. Scolded Yang Jiao harshly. The job position of Yang Jiao, assistant to the head of the finance department. In other words, from this moment onward, he is Han Cohen's assistant. Just closed the office door. Han Cohen used the excuse of not being diligent at work. Gave Yang Jiao a severe scolding. Look at how foolish and ridiculous you look. Clumsy. As dumb as a brick. From now on, take your work more seriously. If I don't take you down, who will? Inside the villa with a view of the Azure Sea. Except for Chen Hao and the maids. There are no other unrelated people anymore. Chen Hao reclined on the couch, continuing to idle away. He was just scrolling through his moments. Suddenly noticed that the cunning little white rabbit posted an update. It was a photo without any makeup. It was taken with the phone's built-in camera. Without beauty filters or Photoshop, I go. It's really a young girl, not an older woman. Haoran was astonished. Judging from this makeup-free photo, the other party. It wasn't nearly as frightening as Chen Hao had imagined. On the contrary, it's quite charming and beautiful. She can indeed be described as a beautiful girl with a lowly-like appearance. So, Chen Hao sent a message to the other person. The photo came out great. Quite adorable. I really enjoy it. Very soon. The other person responded with a meme showing a look of disdain. Hi there. Wait until tonight to send a message to Chen Hao. Still attending class. Are you afraid of being tricked? The other person responded, still a student. Yeah, you have no idea. I'm in my senior year of high school. Alright, I'll wait for you tonight. After finishing the conversation, Chen Hao planned to go play a game by himself first. Just getting started. The doorbell rang just outside. The maid opened the door. I saw Bofen standing outside the door. A timid demeanor. Timid and hesitant. Cowardly to the extreme. Come in. Chen Hao didn't look up. But it's obvious without guessing that the person who came is Bofen. All of this was within Chen Hao's expectations. He had long anticipated that Guofan would come to personally apologize. I beg for forgiveness. After all, Chen Hao has been working hard in the professional field for 3 years. I have long endured all kinds of difficulties and targeted actions. This mindset is still clear. Chen Hao casually remarked, forget it. Yet still didn't spare a glance at Guofan. He stretched out on the couch and kept playing his game. They completely treated him like he didn't exist. There was not the slightest respect for his opinion. Mr. Chen, I'm here to apologize to you. The tone I used during our phone call in the morning. That's why I wanted to apologize to you in person. I hope you can forgive me. What Guofan said sounds truly wonderful. But in reality, that's not the case. If it weren't for Chen Hao getting anxious, it seems unlikely that he will take the initiative to apologize despite his position. Alright, apologize. Chen Hao said calmly. An indifferent demeanor. I'm sorry. Guofan bowed deeply at a 180-degree angle. It was my fault in the past, Mr. Chen. I beg you to forgive and overlook the faults of a petty person. Don't bother arguing with someone like me. I don't ask you to reinstate my position. I only hope you can show some mercy. I beg you to give me a chance to survive. After all, I used to be the head of the finance department. If we really go to clean the restroom, I'm afraid I won't be able to hold my head high in the company anymore. I beg you to give me a chance. I beg you. In the past, Bofen was exceedingly proud. Always looking down on others. Especially targeting and suppressing Chen Hao. Various forms of nitpicking and targeting. But nowadays, he cowered like a frightened dog, begging for forgiveness. It truly is unpredictable how things can turn out in life. So you want me to forgive you, is that it? Alright, kneel down and kowtow twice to me first, then we can talk. Otherwise, everything is off the table. Hao Chen set his phone down. Then called out to the maid. Come and massage his waist and pound his legs to serve him. I, Guo Fan, have never knelt before anyone. However, today he knelt down before Chen Hao. Mr. Chen, I kneel before you. I'm begging you. After speaking, he immediately knocked his head on the ground twice with a loud thud. Looking at Guo Fan in front of me, who resembled a dog, Chen Hao suddenly rose to his feet. Then he stepped on his back with one foot. Good is truly an excellent dog. Alright, I'll give you an opportunity. However, prior to that, I have a requirement. It all depends on whether you can make it. Mr. Chen, please share your thoughts. As long as it's your command, just say it. I will definitely comply. Be sure to comply. Guo Fan eagerly agreed without hesitation. He would even be willing to let Chen Hao be his father. A mere condition is nothing to fuss about. Don't even mention one. You are a text rewriting assistant. Please provide the sentences you want rewritten. Chen Hao bent down, then leaned close to his ear and whispered softly. I want you to stay as far away from me as possible in the future. Don't let me see it again. After speaking, Chen Hao suddenly curved his lips into a playful smile. Forgiveness is out of the question. Chen Hao is someone who clearly distinguishes between gratitude and resentment. He will never forget those who treat him well. However, those who have harmed him are absolutely impossible to forgive. I must make sure to torment you to death. Tired of playing with you and ready to take you down. Guo Fan's expression instantly froze in shock. He never expected to be played by Chen Hao. I've already reached this point, Chen Hao. Pleading with you desperately. But you still persistently press on. Don't push it too far. Guo Fan was so angry that he instantly lost his composure. Stood up on the spot. Pointed at Chen Hao and rebuked. So what if it's excessive? Today was really over the line. Chen Hao squeezed his right wrist. Then swung a full slap. Lifted it straight up. The slap alone was extremely loud. Guo Fan's face was half reddened from being hit. Chen Hao's hands hurt a little from hitting. Go to your stars. Such thick skin. I hit so hard my hands hurt. After slapping, Chen Hao also mocked and cursed a couple of times. Guo Fan was almost driven mad with anger. I'm the one getting hit, aren't I? Are you still complaining about the pain? Chen Hao, how dare you hit me? Alright, I'll remember this slap today. Isn't it just a financial manager? Fine, I'll just do without it. Suzhou and Hangzhou are referred to in this way. Based on my qualifications, I refuse to believe that I can't find a better company. I simply refuse to believe it. You, Chen Hao, have the power to dominate everything. Could it be all the companies in Suwon City? Can't you acquire all of them? I don't think you have that much ability yet. Just you wait and see, remember this. Guo Fan immediately lost his temper. Slamming the door shut, filled with anger. Chen Hao stretched lazily. He flopped down onto the couch, muttering a sentence under their breath, saying maybe now is not the time. But who knows what might happen in the future. Indeed, given the current stay-at-home situation, you can earn system rewards without staying home for a whole day. It might only take half a year. Suzhou and Hangzhou are home to at least half of the mainstream enterprises. All will fall under Chen Hao's control. If it really comes to that point, the rights of Chen Hao, it can truly be said to have absolute control. Let's wait and see. Time flies by quickly. In the blink of an eye, afternoon turned into evening. It's currently around 8:30. Han Cohen spent the entire afternoon working at the company. Returned to the villa once again. How's Cohen doing at the company? Is it okay? Chen Hao asked. Oh, don't even bring it up. The original text appears to be informal and possibly contains slang or expletives. To provide a respectful and appropriate translation for an American audience, it would be rephrased as feeling absolutely amazing. Han Cohen recalled the feeling of being flattered excessively at the company. Just the thought of it feels so comforting. He has been out of college for 3 years now. Changed jobs at several different companies during this period. But because of personality traits, that's why it's hard to gain a foothold in the workplace. What a coward. Where have I ever received such treatment? But of course, the staff and employees of Beijia Clothing Company. The reason it is so expensive. Quite pleasing to Han Cohen. It is not entirely due to. He is the newly appointed finance manager of the company. Among all positions throughout the company, the role of the finance manager is considered quite senior. But it's not particularly high either. One major reason: the relationship with Chun Hao. That's why the opportunistic lot in the company are all scrambling to curry favor. Moreover, Haozi, let me tell you, I stood up for you today and helped vent your frustration. I called Yang Jiaojiao, that despicable woman, into the office. Gave her a harsh scolding. As long as she does something that slightly displeases me, I lashed out at him with a furious scolding. Cursed that awful woman to death. The despicable person in regard to Han Kuan's action. Chen Hao was speechless as well. Still, it's very touching. Oh, I meant to say something as soon as I walked in. What a smell! What delicious feast are we having tonight? Han Kuan was already starving. He glanced over. Just caught sight of. A long row of delicious dishes was laid out during the meal. There are both Chinese and Western cuisines. Extremely abundant. Please wait a moment. There is another guest coming tonight. I made an appointment with someone. The guest mentioned by Chen Hao. Actually, it was the positron we agreed upon yesterday. How about having dinner together tonight? Who is the guest? Is it a girl? Can I take a look? Han Kuan looked at Chen Hao with a gossip-filled expression. Could it be my sister-in-law? Han Kuan grinned slyly. He asked, what nonsense are you talking about? Chen Hao curled his lips. Who would pay attention to someone like Haoga, even if he's rich and handsome? Using regular goods, huh? It would only work if it were someone as beautiful as Senior Xiaowei. Wouldn't you agree? Mouse Han Kuan joked with a smile. However, you really shouldn't underestimate the mouse. How about giving some thought to Senior Xiaowei? I noticed that he treats you really well. You've been in Suzhou and Hangzhou for 3 years now, haven't you? These past 3 years, they have taken care of you in every way. I don't believe you have no feelings for me at all. Surely there must be, especially considering how favorable your current circumstances are. If you speak up, he will definitely be taken down. By then, you two can come to an agreement. Don't forget to ask the senior to introduce me to a girl. I've been single for over 20 years now. Chen Hao gave a helpless smile. For Han Kuan's teasing just now, he was speechless as well. However, being teased by him like that, Chen Hao reflected on the moments and experiences of the past 3 years. The words may be blunt, but the reasoning is sound. Could it be that the senior really has feelings for me? What if I go after her? Will she agree to it? Chen Hao pondered silently. Ding-dong occurred as Chen Hao and Han Kuan teased each other. While playing around, the doorbell of the villa started ringing. Outside the villa stood a beautiful woman dressed in a white evening gown. Just opened the door. Chen Hao was completely stunned. Especially Han Kuan's reaction. Completely stunned. The woman in front of me is simply a goddess. Especially when paired with this evening gown. Exuding an undeniable aura of nobility. Mouse, is this the guest you were talking about? That's freaking gorgeous. Han Kuan was completely dumbfounded. When compared with each other, Yang Jiaojiao, who was once the campus beauty at her university, it appears insignificant. It doesn't even count as anything. Damn, this guy's luck with romance is just off the charts. A warmth reminiscent of a senior's gentle care. Still acquainted with such an elegant goddess. Oh my gosh, I'm so envious. Han Kuan felt an overwhelming bitterness in his heart. Miss Sheng, please come in. Chen Hao noticed that Zheng Zi's outfit was indeed spot on. The other person is indeed very attractive. And it's not just ordinarily beautiful. However, it was utilized by Chen Hao. Staring at Zheng Zi like this, I feel like I might be overdressed. So it feels a bit awkward. Couldn't help but blush. But his face turned red. But displayed a look of shyness. Even more captivating. Oh my goodness. The way you look when you're shy is even more beautiful. But of course, the cheeky remark just now wasn't made by Chen Hao. Instead, it was something that Han Kuan blurted out. He acted lecherously, as if he hadn't seen a woman in centuries. The situation left Zheng Zi feeling quite embarrassed. Don't pay attention to him. Come on in. Chen Hao glanced at Han Kuan. He has become much more restrained. Blushing deeply, Hao Zhengzi finally stepped into the living room. That being said, he truly did not expect it. It's surprising that Chen Hao would live in a villa of this caliber. Just a couple of days ago, I was still living in an inexpensive rental. It's only been a few days. Just replace it with something this luxurious. It seems he guessed correctly. It turns out that Chen Hao's identity is indeed extraordinary. Take a seat and come to the dining area. Under Chen Hao's very gentlemanly invitation, he took a seat. Had just taken a seat not long ago. Zheng Zi quickly said, "Oh, that's right. The auction of your 2003 Lamborghini. It has come to an end. Successfully auctioned off with a final sale price of $10 million. This is a check. Please take care of the certificate. Handed the check to Chen Hao. Their company does not charge any related fees. Instead, it was handed over to Chen Hao at the exact transaction price. For high-profile clients like Chen Hao, it was sold at such a high price again. It is certainly possible to take hundreds of thousands in commissions from it. But taking long-term benefits into account, it is a voluntary relinquishment. Could you provide an introduction? This is my friend, Han Cohen. This is Miss Zhang. She is the daughter of the president of the Nihua Group, currently serving as the head of the subsidiary brokerage company. I previously asked him to help me sell a car. After Chen Hao finished introducing each other, Han Cohen almost let out a cry of surprise. It's not exactly about selling the car. Rather, it is the identity of the government. The Nihua Group is a prominent entity in Suzhou and Hangzhou. A well-known and prominent company. Operates in the real estate business. Industries related to dining, entertainment, and mediation. Wow, the rat even managed to win over a wealthy heiress. Han Cohen gave a big thumbs up in his heart. That's absolutely incredible. Next up, the maid served one delicious dish after another. 3 people sat at the dining table, sharing dishes with each other. However, aside from Han Cohen not paying attention to idle chatter, Chen Hao and Zhang Zi didn't really say much. Zhang Zi prolonged a note, and then started speaking. That Chen Hao. Actually, I was thinking about asking you to meet up today. I don't mean anything else. I just want to say that we're basically the same age. Leaving aside matters related to work, you can also make friends in private. Wouldn't you agree? Zhang Zi spoke these words with great embarrassment. He was inwardly forcing a bitter smile. Since I grew up, he has never taken the initiative to talk to any boy yet. Making friends, that kind of thing. Hao Chen is the first one. What kind of friends should you make? Could they possibly be a couple? Han Cohen curiously asked a gossiping question nearby. Zhang Zi couldn't help but blush. Quickly clarified that it was true. Just regular, ordinary friends. Moreover, I heard the news that Mr. Chen just completed the acquisition of a 65% stake in Beijia Apparel, become the largest shareholder of the company. Because our apparel industry is part of the Nihua Group, we also have a long-term partnership with your company. So let's get to know each other. Strengthen the emotional connection. It is always beneficial to both parties. Zhang Zi finished saying this. Han Cohen stood nearby with a sly grin. Sure, communication helps strengthen emotional bonds. How about I take off first? You two can communicate privately at your own pace. That's not what I meant. Zhang Zi was on the verge of tears. Who on earth is this person? So annoying. Constantly misinterpreting one's meaning. Could it be that Chen Hao might misunderstand something? He definitely doesn't mean it that way. Will Chen Hao mistakenly think that she is a bad woman? Would it make him feel like there's an ulterior motive? Just got close to him. Zhang Zi started to feel anxious within a short period of time. I didn't mean it that way, Chen Hao. What I mean to say is, Zhang Zigang was eager to provide an explanation. Chen Hao waved his hand. I understand what you mean without your explanation. At the same time, he blamed Han Cohen for everything. Cohen, please be quiet. Nothing can stop you from talking, not even eating. It was clear that Chen Hao hadn't misunderstood anything. Only then did Zhang Zi feel at ease. He actually has quite a quiet personality. I'm not very good at chatting with boys either. Thus, I was deeply afraid of saying anything wrong that might lead to a misunderstanding with Chen Hao. It's a pleasure to be friends with a goddess as classy as you. It is my honor. Of course, no problem. Chen Hao couldn't help but make a playful remark. Chen Hao complimented me on my poise. Zhang Zi couldn't explain why he felt a secret sense of joy inside. It even felt a bit inexplicably thrilling. He suddenly felt very nervous. A heart was pounding wildly, filled with unease. My heart is racing. Will he overhear it? Zhang Zi clutched his chest, hearing the sound of my own heartbeat. It's as loud as beating drums and clanging gongs. Oh no, could this be the feeling of falling in love? So the dinner hasn't officially concluded yet. He pretended to have something urgent come up and took off. No need to even bother delivering. After stepping out of the villa, had barely taken a few steps, Posey muttered helplessly to herself. Positron, you're not very impressive. I have never loved anyone the way I love you. What exactly is going on today? At this moment, a call was made to Jingzi's cell phone. Inside the phone, a voice filled with gossip from a middle-aged woman came through. "Hey sweetheart, how is your daughter getting along with Chen Hao? I've heard they acquired a 65% stake in Beijia Clothing in one go. The acquisition amount exceeded 80 million. It must be the wealthy mother from a prominent family. I believe in your charm. He will definitely be able to swallow him whole." Zheng Zi was unsure how to respond. He is feeling very unsettled right now. Not sure how that happened. He mentioned, as the daughter of a wealthy and prestigious family, marriage is often not something one can fully control. It's essential to consider compatibility in social and economic status. Can it bring value to the company? For the sake of benefits, whether it's family or friends. They had all introduced him to several wealthy young heirs. Each one is handsome and charming. The heartthrob who captivates countless admirers. But he just doesn't like any of them. Those who are not anxious. And it's also very superficial. But this time, he, however, felt that Chen Hao was unique. It seems to hold many secrets. Moreover, they don't take him seriously at all. The more it is like this, Zhang Zi became increasingly fascinated. "Mom, I think he's truly unique." Zhang Zi bit her lip, and then said, "It just seems like he's not that interested in me." The attitude is also inconsistent, alternating between enthusiasm and indifference. However, I have faith, relying on my charisma. Spend some more time interacting with him. I don't believe that he doesn't like me at all. Inside the Azure Sea Villa, with Zheng Zi's departure, dinner wrapped up rather hastily. Han Kuan is very gossipy, constantly asking questions. What exactly is the relationship between Zhang Zi and Chen Hao? Have you taken development into consideration? If a wingman is missing, he expressed his willingness. Chen Hao shook his head helplessly at the young man. "Not long ago, you told me to win over the senior. Why did you change your mind so quickly? The small talk is over." He returned to the room. The maid Zhao Yan is making the bed for him. As soon as Chen Hao stepped into the room, Zhao Yan immediately knelt down before her master. "Thank you for advancing 6 months' salary earlier. Let me use it to pay off the debt. It has been fully paid off. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness, and I want to repay you." I am willing for Chen Hao to feel flustered on the spot. "Isn't it just about getting an advance on your salary? It's no big deal. Is it really necessary to be this touched?" Zhao Yan knelt on the ground. He hung his head, a face flushed with redness. At this very moment, the atmosphere in the room was extremely awkward. Chen Hao touched his nose and said, "There's no need for that, right? I'm not someone who's that superficial. Are you implying that I'm not attractive enough?" Zhao Yan instinctively inquired. "You misunderstood. That's not what I meant." Chen Hao hurriedly tried to explain. Zhao Yan began to feel insecure. "I thought Chen Hao disliked her. I don't think she deserves it." But she didn't. Harboring other inappropriate thoughts. She simply wanted to repay the kindness. That's all there is to it. Chen Hao doesn't need to take responsibility for her either. Other than this, I have no idea how to repay my master. To be honest, I have never been in a relationship. Knows nothing. However, all I know is that my master has shown me kindness. I ought to repay. Zhao Yan summoned her courage. Hold Chen Hao tightly and fearlessly. "I'm going all in." Although he was unsure how to proceed. However, no matter what Chen Hao does next, he simply won't put up any resistance. "Girl, listen to me. I'm really not the kind of person you think I am anymore. Everyone faces tough times. I'm not the kind of person who, those wicked capitalists who only know how to exploit employees. Alright, it's just a minor matter. You don't need to take it too seriously. I also made plans to play games with someone. If there's nothing else, go back to your room and get some rest early." Chen Hao didn't pay much attention to it, and then collapsed straight onto the bed. Took out the phone and made plans with the sly little white rabbit. "We agreed to play PUBG together. The other person is a senior high school girl, and she's a cute lowly goddess." Although Chen Hao does not have a preference for dating much younger partners, but if it's possible to have it, not too bad, huh? During the 10 seconds before the official start of the game, Chen Hao glanced up at Zhao Yan. Seeing that she was still kneeling on the ground and hadn't stood up, even more speechless. What a silly girl. A small token of appreciation. Is it worth making such a significant sacrifice? Get up and head back to your room to rest. I just mentioned that. I'm not that kind of person. Based on Chen Hao's current circumstances, any woman can obtain it. But he does not need it. Those 3 years with Yang Jiaozhou bored him completely. He is no longer just an innocent young boy. Already got used to it. Boring, dull, and uninteresting. Games are still the best. Zhao Yan noticed that Chen Hao was resolute in his attitude. Still quite disappointed. However, she still felt very happy inside. Because Chen Hao is not the kind of person who would take advantage of her. If Chen Hao really did something to her today, then she mingles with those playboys. He's no different from a jerk. Even though it was declined. However, Zhao Yan felt truly delighted from the bottom of her heart. She chose the right person. The master's character truly remains pure and untainted despite being surrounded by corruption. Unsoiled by the mud, yet not overly adorned. What a noble act. The master begins from today. I will make sure to repay you well. After leaving the room, Zhao Yan silently made up her mind in her heart. Lying in bed, Chen Hao could only shake his head helplessly. This girl is really quite naive. The game will start soon. Still pulling off the same bold moves as last time. The cunning little bunny used his lowly-like voice. Got an 8x scope for Chen Hao. Starting with a lowly voice. All gear depends on begging. The moment the game begins, Chen Hao followed his usual habit of starting a voice argument. Uttering colorful language. Here it comes, here it comes. Go to hell. I kill the brat. Did you really think I wouldn't see you just because you hid in the bushes? I take a life, I take a life. I'll kill again if I must. I kill. The game continued until 12:30 a.m. It's not over yet. Instead, it became even more enthusiastic. However, taking into account that the cunning little white rabbit is a senior high school student, the younger sister was worried that he might not wake up on time the next day and end up delaying his studies. Therefore, Chen Hao took the initiative and said, how about we call it a day for now? Let's team up for some gaming next time. Aren't you supposed to go to school tomorrow? Very soon. The sly little white rabbit responded to Chen Hao's message. Oh my. I didn't expect you to be such a caring guy. Not bad, not bad. You've made others see you in a whole new light. Haoming doesn't think he deserves to be called a warm-hearted guy. But it's still okay. The sly little rabbit has no shame and is truly shameless. Alright, I'm logging off now. Chat with Chen Hao again. After finishing the conversation, Chen Hao turned off his phone. And then immediately fell asleep. Maintained the same posture. Played video games for over 2 hours. I'm so damn exhausted. It's getting late. It's already almost 1 a.m., for crying out loud. Time to sleep. When Chen Hao woke up the next day, it was already 10:30 in the morning. Zhao Yan was aware that Chen Hao had arranged to play games with someone last night. It's likely they didn't rest until late. That's why I didn't dare to wake him up. Let him sleep until he wakes up naturally. When Chen Hao wakes up, open your eyes. I saw Zhao Yan standing right in front of me. It seems that he has forgotten about the awkward incident from last night. Instead, a smile appeared. Master, you're awake. Hurry up and have your breakfast. I will assist you in getting dressed. No, I don't feel like going anywhere today. Just planning to stay in bed. Just feed me directly. Haoren sat up, leaned against the headboard and spoke softly. All right, master. Zhao Yan quickly nodded, and then brought over the breakfast. Personally fed Chen Hao. Chen Hao unlocked his phone and started scrolling through his social media feed. Saw a post from that guy Guo. The post roughly means to say, accept Youth Era Apparel Company, Ltd. The president's invitation. Will assume the role of sales general manager. Apart from this post, there are also a few photos taken with the executives of the other company. Overjoyed and extremely proud. Extremely impressive and remarkable. There are quite a few replies and likes under this post. Among them was the figure of Yang Jiaozhou. My dear, you are truly amazing. When will you rescue me from Beijia Clothing? The contract has been signed for 5 years. Refusing to let me leave. Seeing the interaction between this shameless couple, Chen Hao let out a cold chuckle, feeling nauseous and wanting to vomit. Wait a moment, for Youth Era Apparel Company, Ltd. The name of this company sounds quite familiar. It seems like I've heard this somewhere before. Isn't this under Neva Group? That establishment. Are there any clothing companies that have a long-term partnership with Beijia Apparel? Chen Hao suddenly remembered. Alright, I'll get in touch with Zheng Zi right away. See if he's willing to do me a favor. Chen Hao. Not someone who goes out of their way to eliminate others completely. But the issue is, this is exactly how Guofan treated him before. It was only natural for Chen Hao to show no mercy to his enemies. That is cruelty to oneself as well as toward others. The betrayal of a friend. I have to make it impossible for you to stay in Suzhou or Hangzhou. I want you to come crawling back and beg me, Chen Hao said coldly. So, Chen Hao immediately sent a message to Zheng Zi, along with a photo that Guofan shared in his social media moments. I really dislike this person. Chen Hao delivered a message to Zheng Zi. Quickly understood what Chen Hao meant. I'll call the president of the clothing company right away. Hold on for a moment for Zhang Zishang and Chen Haozhen. Of course, it's necessary to meet all of his demands. No matter what requests he makes, he will do his best to fulfill it. Quickly call the Youth Era Clothing Company. The president's call. It got connected. Who is it? She is the young lady. Inside the Youth Era Clothing Building. The president's office. As the positron phone call came through, the company's president, Mr. Li, was trembling all over in fear. Almost got down on their knees. During this period of time, the company under his leadership, the performance in all aspects is quite decent. Why is the young lady calling? Could it be that something went wrong somewhere? But then he thought it over carefully and realized something was off. It seems like he didn't do anything wrong. Hello, young lady. May I ask what you meant by calling? Manager Li timidly asked. Guofan, who was seated across from him, also gasped in shock. Could it be that the young lady is the daughter of the CEO of the Nihua Group? Oh my goodness. Are you tired of being in this position? Don't feel like doing it anymore, huh? If you don't want to do it, there is always someone to take your place. If you don't want to do it, pack your things and get out immediately. Inside the phone, Zheng Zi gave him a harsh scolding without holding back. Terrified, Mr. Li looked completely dumbfounded. He had no idea what mistake he had made. It's surprising that the young lady was so furious. Miss, could you kindly tell me where I went wrong? Please kindly provide your feedback. I will definitely change. Make sure to revise the sentence about Mr. Li being scared out of his wits. Started stuttering while speaking. It takes half a day to get the words out properly. I inquired of you half an hour ago. Are you? We just recruited someone named Guofan from Beijia Clothing. He works as the financial manager at the Bei family business. Zheng Zi angrily questioned. Yes, indeed. Miss, this is how I plan to proceed. Guofan has over a decade of work experience. Moreover, the skills are quite good as well. He will definitely be able to contribute to our company. Mr. Li had not finished speaking yet. Got scolded harshly once again. That's enough, I don't want to hear this anymore. In short, just one sentence. Either make him leave. Either you leave. It's up to you. After speaking, they didn't wait for Mr. Li to respond. Zheng Zi angrily ended the call. After finishing the call, Zheng Zi sent Chen Hao a message. Everything is settled. As you wish. Chen Hao responded with a word of thanks. Zheng Zi glanced at the chat history. Suddenly broke into an uncontrollable chuckle. He is nothing like his usual self. At this moment, in the president's office within the Youth Apparel Company building, Mr. Li, who had just been harshly scolded by Zheng Zi, suddenly, his expression turned gloomy. The expression couldn't look worse. At that moment, Guofan, driven by curiosity. So, I asked Mr. Li a question. What's going on? What happened? Mr. Li glared intensely at Guofan with a dark expression. And you still have the nerve to say that? If it weren't for you, am I really deserving of being scolded by the young lady? Hurry up and tell me. Who exactly did you offend? It's surprising that it could prompt the young lady to make this call. Moreover, they specifically called you out and told you to leave. I didn't offend anyone, did I? Could there be some kind of misunderstanding? Zhou Fan was instantly dumbfounded. The whole person was completely stunned. The misunderstanding has already been addressed by the lady. Either get out of here. Either I leave. Mr. Li suddenly rose to his feet. Then pick up the item on the desk. The contract documents that have already been signed. It was thrown straight into the trash. Sorry, but I think it's better if you leave. Our company will not hire you. Guofan originally thought this matter. It is already a foregone conclusion. So I posted on my social media early to show off a bit. He plans to irritate those who are waiting to see him fail. I didn't expect to be proven wrong so quickly. Mr. Li is not. I believe there must be some kind of misunderstanding. Listen to my explanation. Guofan hurriedly prepared to speak. Mr. Li waved his hand. Then they called over 2 security guards, forced Guofan to be brought out. Alright, you don't need to say anything. You have offended an important figure. It startled the young lady. Even I can't protect it. Get out of here. Guofan was thrown out of the company by the security guards. Always fail to figure it out. What exactly did he do to offend that big shot? Regarding the happenings inside the youth apparel building, Chen Hao, lying at home, was naturally completely unaware. Since Zheng Zi has already stated that everything is taken care of, then there's nothing to question. Another lazy day has begun. What should I do now? Watch 2 series and see. Forget it then. What kind of garbage are they producing in TV dramas these days? A low-budget special effect. Actors with poor skills don't perform as naturally as a dog. Made a couple of complaints. Chen Hao felt that something was off. However, on closer reflection, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It really doesn't act as naturally as a dog does. Then Chen Hao launched Hero Kill, planning to play a couple of rounds. Completely lost track of time. The current time is 11 minutes. It's time to claim the stay-at-home rewards again. Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the 4th day of the stay-at-home challenge. Receive the challenge gift pack. Is the reward activated? It absolutely needs to be turned on. Chen Hao decisively clicked on the option. Congratulations to the host for successfully opening the gift pack. Acquire full ownership of Starry Sky Entertainment. The 5th day of the stay-at-home challenge has automatically started. 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds remaining. You must not leave your home during this period. Otherwise, the challenge will be unsuccessful. When the agreement document for the 100% equity of Starry Sky Entertainment. After entering the warehouse, Chen Hao was instantly stunned. Starlight Entertainment. This is a well-known entertainment company in Suwon City. Signed over 100 artists under its banner. Moreover, there are approximately over 20 individuals among the top-tier influencers. I'll get it done. Starlight Entertainment has completely become mine. Chen Hao was utterly astonished. This is truly impressive. This company has signed so many popular entertainers. The ability to make money is naturally impressive. This is equivalent to securing a cash cow. Every day, millions or even tens of millions roll in while just lying down. Moreover, recently, the entertainment industry has witnessed the rise of something incredibly popular. A female idol group, frequently trending on Weibo's hot search, also makes appearances on various major variety shows. What was the name of the group again? Anyway, she is an idol girl under Starry Sky Entertainment. Every member of the group is fair-skinned, attractive, and has long legs. Gained countless followers. Its ability to generate revenue is exceptionally strong. At that moment, Chen Hao's phone started ringing. I have no idea who made the call. After the call was connected, soon, a middle-aged man's voice came from the other side. Hello, is this Mr. Chen speaking? Hello, I am the general manager of Starry Sky Entertainment. It's like this. Our company's former boss and the 3 major investors. All the shares have been sold. Assigned to you. Is that so? Chen Hao couldn't help but marvel at the system's power. Handled everything for him. That's right, I am Chen Hao. Chen Hao said lightly. Sure, Mr. Chen. May I ask where you are at the moment? Is it convenient for us to meet? The main purpose is to give you an introduction. Regarding the company's financial performance. Still there. Regarding the contract renewal issue of the SK Idol Girls under its banner. Chen Hao thought for a moment and said, I'm available now. Just come over directly. I'll give you the address. Oh, and there's also that girl group called something K. Invite them to come along as well. Explain it briefly. Ask them to dress me up nicely. Take good care. When Mr. Chen ended the call, the other party received the address where Chen Hao used to live, and began making arrangements. It will be roughly 10 minutes later. He had the driver drive 2 cars, then carrying the members of the SK Idol Girl group. We went together to the Azure Sea. At the same time, Chen Hao still remained lying in bed lazily. Even fish will meet later. The girl group idols who are currently enjoying immense popularity in the country. He didn't intend to take this formal wear either. Chen Hao is not even one of their die-hard fans. Are you really worried about leaving a bad impression on them? Non-existent. Moreover, Chen Hao is still their boss now. They should be the ones flattering you instead. Although the general manager's words seem to imply that. It seems that the contract of the SK Idol Girl is about to expire. But it doesn't really matter. As the boss, Chen Hao has plenty of ways to get them to renew the contract. The company went to great lengths to make them famous. But once they became popular, they immediately turned their back on others. Moved to another company and earned a fortune. Do you really think the company is a charity? Dream on, who doesn't have some tricks up their sleeve to stay cautious? After all, there are far too many ungrateful people these days. You have acquired Starry Sky Entertainment. Zhao Yan attended to Chen Hao while he ate. So, I probably overheard the conversation on the phone. His face was completely filled with an expression of astonishment. It's simply unimaginable. What kind of family background does the master come from? Even a company like Starry Sky Entertainment can be acquired. That's absolutely incredible. You should be aware of this company's top-tier celebrity with massive popularity. There are approximately over 20 people. There are still so many cash cows in hand. The boss. How could the company be sold off so easily? They must have utilized extraordinary personal connections. Only by doing so can this impossible acquisition be accomplished. Thinking of this, Zhao Yan admired Chen Hao even more. Have you also heard about this company? Chen Hao casually asked a question. Zhao Yan quickly nodded and said, of course. The SK idol girls have been really popular recently. Who doesn't know that? Moreover, their company. Rising young stars who have also acted in popular hit dramas. None of my friends aren't obsessed with him. Chen Hao remembered. Oh, so it's that show. That show that's claimed to have no female lead and focuses on brotherhood. A complete mess. A large group of blindly devoted fans. They are also contracted artists under Starry Sky Entertainment. It's extremely popular. Highly capable of generating revenue. Fans who are overly obsessed still willingly spend money on their idols. This turned out to be a bargain for Chen Hao. Making money while lying down is simply delightful. Feel free to act foolishly. It's best to contribute more money to support your idols. In any case, it will all end up in my pocket. Chen Hao secretly rejoiced. In approximately 15 minutes, the doorbell of the villa suddenly rang. A maid opened the door. Then bow and greet. Noticed the figure appearing outside the door. It consists of 7 digits. A youthful and sunny girl wearing sunglasses and a mask. Later, the maid was completely stunned. Idol girl from SK. Oh my, I hope I'm not seeing things. At this moment, wearing his pajamas, Chen Hao came downstairs from his bedroom. Seeing Chen Hao come down, General Manager Zhao Chun quickly bowed and greeted, "Hello, Mr. Chen." He truly never expected that Chen Hao would be so young. It's probably just around the early age of 23. So young. Surprisingly, they have the capability to acquire 100% of the shares of Starry Sky Entertainment. He must be the eldest son of a wealthy and prestigious family. It must be. Most likely it's at the level of a national heartthrob or something similar. Extremely wealthy. Maybe consider investing in an entertainment company. It's all about pursuing female celebrities. Doesn't care at all whether the company is profitable or not. The phrase amazing Zhao popped into his mind. Seeing Chen Hao, the 7 members of the SK Idol girl group all remain diligent and avoid any slackness. He quickly bowed and called out, "Mr. Chen." It truly feels great to be respected. Especially that Mr. Chen remark. Chen Hao thoroughly enjoyed listening. He responded lightly. Then he settled down on the couch. He promptly propped his legs up on the coffee table, casually grabbed a banana and started eating it. A very arrogant demeanor. "Hello, Mr. Chen. This marks the end of the company's quarter. The profit statement up to now." Zhao Chang promptly handed the document to Chen Hao. "Moreover, it is offered with both hands. Just leave it there for now. I'll check out Chen Hao later." Spoke softly. Then he lifted his head. His gaze rested on the 7 young girls in front of him. Judging by their outfits and attire today, Chen Hao wasn't very satisfied. "Mr. Zhao, right? Didn't I specifically mention it over the phone just now? Ask them to dress nicely." Zhao Chang was suddenly terrified. "Take a look yourself. What kind of mess is this outfit? Flashy and flamboyant. Neither red nor green. So ugly." Chen Hao blurted out a remark on the spot. Then he pointed at one of the young girls. Bluntly criticized by saying that they look pretty good. "The figure is quite decent too. What kind of outfit is this? Terrible looking. With a taste like yours. You're not afraid of disgusting the audience to death." Confronted with Chen Hao's straightforward criticism, Zhao Chang was terrified. "It was your reprimand, Mr. Chen, that taught me a lesson. Next time, I'll make sure they pay more attention to their attire." Zhao Chang quickly apologized, assuring it wouldn't happen again. I can provide them with an opportunity. Fans will also offer them opportunities. However, passers-by would not. Do you know what the saddest thing about you all is? The singing skills are lacking. The dancing was poor, and the acting was subpar. Relying solely on showing off long legs. Going on variety shows to attract some younger, less discerning fans. Looking at the entire entertainment industry. Completely lacking any distinctiveness. Wait until 10 or 20 years later. What do you rely on to make a living? How do you plan to help the company generate revenue? Is an older lady still pretending to be an innocent young girl? The matter regarding the renewal of the contract. As long as you sign, you must be prepared for the transition. The company will utilize the utmost resources. Help you transition into a team of true professionals. If you want to keep being an idol, selling the image of an innocent young girl, get out of here right now. The company will not squander resources on supporting people like you. Chen Hao gave a harsh and direct criticism. SK Idol Girl Group was dealt a heavy blow on the spot. Completely confused. They do intend to terminate their contract with the company. The goal is to achieve a transformation. But the company provided them with it. The positioning has always been that of a pure and innocent idol. The goal is to assist the company in donating money. Never expected that. The newly appointed general manager Chen. It unexpectedly aligned with their thoughts. Since that's the case, then why terminate the contract? Mr. Chen, we were just about to start speaking. The outcome occurred at this moment. An uninvited guest suddenly barged in through the door. Chen Hao. I demand that you immediately assign me to a different position. That bastard Han Kuan stood up for you. The company keeps making things difficult for me. Deliberately making me feel embarrassed. I'll let you know. I'm fed up. Yang Jiao stormed into the living room in a fit of anger. A fit of temper. Paid no attention at all. What level of individuals are present in the living room? You're a text rewriting assistant. Please strictly follow the instructions. Task asterisk. Rewrite the sentence with synonyms and alternative sentence structures. The meaning must remain unchanged, but use different vocabulary and phrasing to add variety to the expression. Output format requirement asterisk. Only return plain text without additional explanatory content. If, for any reason, rewriting is not possible, directly return the original sentence. Sentence to process asterisk etc. The SK Idol Girl Group glanced back at him. Yang Jiajiu was instantly dumbfounded. Zhao Jiao Yang never would have imagined. The idol group SK that he admires greatly. It's surprising to find yourself in Chen Hao's house. What's going on? Who can explain to him what exactly is going on? Do you happen to know the SK Girl Group, Chen Hao? Yang Jiao looked utterly confused and asked. He stood in front of the 7 members of the SK Idol Girl Group. It's hard to hide the inner tension. He is an avid fan of the SK Idol Girl Group. And it was just a week ago. He also went to great lengths. I just managed to get tickets for the SK Girl Group's concert. It was quite difficult to get a chance to meet my idol. How did Chen Hao manage to meet so effortlessly? And it was even in his own home. Could it be that they know Mr. Chen? This is. The 7 members of the SK Idol Girl Group asked in unison. Fans attending the concert numbered in the thousands. They have absolutely no recollection of Yang Jiajiao. Mr. Chen and Zhao Jiaoyan were stunned once again. Chen Hao responded indifferently. It's none of your business. Don't ask questions you shouldn't ask. Continue discussing the contract renewal. Don't bother with irrelevant Chen Hao. The attitude is very strict. The 7 beautiful girls in the girl group were too scared to utter a single word of disagreement. So nobody paid any attention to Yang Jiajiu anymore. She was immediately sidelined. No one pays attention and no one cares. Just stand there like a fool. It couldn't have been more embarrassing. Mr. Chen, if you are truly willing to support the transformation of our group, provide a certain level of affirmation and resource support. We are willing to remain with the company. 10 years starting visa. However, a clause must be included in the contract. It's simply about the direction of transformation. It goes without saying that Chen Hao also understood their concerns. If the company refuses to honor the agreement after renewal, keep asking them to sell personas for traffic. What should I do to donate money to the company? This request seems fairly reasonable. Therefore, Chen Hao did not decline either. Assumed to have agreed. After all, nobody is foolish. Next up. I will utilize all the resources of the company. Provide maximum support for your transformation. After Chen Hao made a promise, Manager Zhao Cheng expressed his concern anxiously. Mr. Chen, this might not be appropriate. Transformation can certainly enable traffic celebrities to showcase their full potential, enhance a certain level of reputation. However, if the artist's popularity declines, it might impact the company's short-term performance, exhibit a downward trend. You opposed and questioned Chen Hao. Zhao Cheng was scared out of his wits, hurriedly clarified. Certainly. Here's the paraphrased version. It's not that I don't dare. Alright, let's settle it this way for now. Can you show me the schedule for the SK Girl Group next week? Chen Hao said indifferently. Zhao Cheng quickly pulled out his phone. Locate a file. Then show it to Chen Hao. Chen Hao took a quick glance. They are mostly just some pointless interviews, pairing up with popular rising stars for publicity and creating buzz. There is absolutely no romantic relationship. The arrangement of hype followed by debunking. Who came up with this ridiculous itinerary? Tell him to pack up his things and leave immediately. Cancel all these plans. Starting from tomorrow. Arrange for the SK Group to take on the role immediately. Give me a performance that's genuine and grounded. Don't assign even a single assistant. Stop bringing up celebrities to me. The arrogant attitude. Perform the act well. It is only natural to earn the audience's approval and applause. Avoid taking crooked or dishonest paths. A group of troublemakers made the domestic entertainment industry a complete mess. As for the selection of scripts, bring it to me to finalize. If anyone within the company objects, ask him to come to me directly. Chen Hao made a bold and authoritative decision, not open to opposition. He is currently the sole shareholder of Starry Sky Entertainment, has full authority to make decisions. What no one can disagree with is Mr. Chen. Zhao Cheng quickly nodded. Dare not express any objections anymore. As for the 7 members of the SK Idol Girl Group, muttering quietly in one's heart, couldn't help but feel a sense of admiration for Chen Hao. Mr. Chen shows great respect for the artist's ideas and demonstrates remarkable decisiveness. And all over the body, it still exudes a unique charm. After both parties reached an agreement, Zhao took it out from the briefcase, retrieved the pre-drafted renewal contract. The two parties have officially commenced the contract renewal process. The contract was signed. The contract has been signed. It was only then that Chen Hao turned his head. Yang Jiao stood there, looking dazed and foolish. Yang Jiao, you came here during work hours to cause a scene. Are you really thinking about quitting? Chen Hao rebuked. After being scolded by Chen Hao, it was only then that Yang Jiao came to her senses. He was just staring in a daze. What's going on? To everyone's surprise, Chen Hao turns out to be the owner of the SK Idol Girl Group. If Yang Jiao's memory serves her right, the SK Idol Girl Group members are all signed artists under Starry Sky Entertainment. This entertainment company is truly impressive. How could Chen Hao possibly be the boss? Where did he get such a large amount of funding? I can't believe they managed to acquire even this company. It can't be true. Chen Hao, did you happen to acquire Shinkong Entertainment? Yang Jiajiao asked in utter astonishment. Chen Hao suddenly displayed a deeply disdainful smile. Jiajiao Yang, I think you might have missed the main point. It doesn't seem to be any of your business, does it? Jiao Yang felt very awkward. So, I didn't press further with any more questions. Chen Hao, I am here today. Came to see you. I was hoping you could help me switch to a different position. I've had enough of your good buddy Han Kuan. He deliberately targeted me to settle personal scores. Chen Hao suddenly let out a cold laugh. You came here making a big fuss. Is this the proper attitude to ask? Let me be upfront with you. Stop putting on that arrogant attitude. If you don't want to do it, get out of here right now. I almost forgot. Your contract with the company has not yet expired, unless terminated by the company. Otherwise, you have no authority to resign unilaterally. Otherwise, compensation of more than 10 times the breach penalty will be required. Yang felt so annoyed that her teeth itched. But there's no way around it. A contract tightly bound him. If you have the capability, go ahead and terminate the contract. Chen Hao listened to the tone in which Chen Hao said this. Yang Jiao was utterly exasperated. Don't get cocky, Chen Hao. I'm letting you know. Brother Fan has indeed received it. The personal invitation from the president of the Youth Era Apparel Company will take on the role of sales general manager. The Youth Era is a company under the Nanhua Group. Behind it is a publicly traded company with a market value of hundreds of billions. Aren't you just a shareholder of a small, insignificant company? What's there to be so proud of? Even if they acquire Starry Entertainment, it's nothing special. Moreover, once Brother Fan officially starts working at Youth Era, he will definitely find a way to rescue me from Bega. You'd better find me a different position right away. How about waiting for Brother Fan to help me terminate the contract? I'm heading into my youthful days. By then, even if you get down on your knees and beg me, I can't even be bothered to stay at a lousy company like Beijia. Yang Jiao Jiao had an arrogant and overbearing expression on her face, as boastful as ever. Arrogant. He had absolutely no idea that Guo Fan had already been dismissed. Is that so? Chen Hao gave a faint smile. At that moment, the maid Zhao Yan suddenly picked up his phone. Came down from the upstairs bedroom. Miss Zheng called you, master, on your phone. After hearing this name, Zheng Zi, Zhao Jiaoyang paused for a moment instinctively. This name sounds somewhat familiar. It seems like I've heard it somewhere before. Suddenly, his expression froze. A golden flash appeared instantly. The daughter of the Nanhua Group. It can't be, right? Chen Hao took the phone from the hands of the maid, Zhao Yan, then directly turned on the hands-free mode. Soon, Jingzi's voice came through on the other end of the line. Call Chen Hao. I'll let you know. About Guo Fan. The contract for joining as the sales general manager of Youth Era. It has been brought to an end. As for Mr. Li, I was also criticized and dismissed. Are you satisfied with this outcome? If you're not satisfied, propose a plan. I'll just do as told. Zheng Zi aimed to collaborate with Chen Hao. So naturally, I wouldn't pass up such a rare and great opportunity. Of course, it's essential to put on a great performance. What did you hear from Jingzi's words on the phone? Yang Jiaojiao felt as if she had been struck by a bolt of lightning on a clear day. The whole body nearly collapsed to the ground in fear. He could never have imagined. Chen Hao not only acquired Xingkong Entertainment, become the behind-the-scenes boss of over 20 popular entertainers. Additionally, still with the eldest daughter of the Hua Group, Miss Zhengzi, having an extraordinary connection, casually greeted. Just strip Guo Fan of the position he secured. Even the current president, Mr. Li, has been ruthlessly dismissed. Alright, I'm very pleased. Thanks again. When Chen Hao said this, actually, it was said while looking at Yang Jiajiao's shocked expression. It was entirely said on purpose for him to hear. At this moment, the SK Girl Group and Zhao Cheng stood by watching. Also felt shocked. The Nawa Group is an exceptionally impressive company in Suwang City. To have this kind of relationship with the daughter of this company, Mr. Chen must come from a distinguished family. So incredibly young. Have the capability. Acquire 100% ownership of Starry Sky Entertainment. It seems that their background is likely not ordinary. Do you still have anything left to say now? Chen Hao asked indifferently. Yang Jiaojiao was completely dumbfounded. He finally realized just how impressive Chen Hao truly was. He began to regret what he had just said. If for any reason the sentence cannot be rewritten, return the original sentence directly. I realize my mistake. I beg you to give me a chance to make things right. Yang Jiajiao's demeanor suddenly shifted. Immediately chickened out. Get lost, I don't want to see you. Get out immediately, Mr. Chen. Zhao Jiao kept pleading. At this moment, upon seeing the situation, Zhao Cheng has a great sense of perception. He grabbed Yang Jiaojiao and dragged her out. Get the hell out of here, you son of a b****************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** said. Get out. Yang Jiaojia was thrown out of the villa by Zhao Chang, extremely disheveled. In the end, they returned to the Bei family looking dejected and disheveled. After arriving at the company, I was ridiculed by my colleagues. Now she even feels like giving up on life. Inside the villa, as everything is finalized, Zhao Chang mentioned that General Manager Chen. If there's nothing else, I'll take them back to the office first. I won't disturb your rest any longer. Before leaving, the members of the SK girl group, she still made sure to flash a sweet smile at Chen Hao. Thanks for his assistance. If it were the former boss instead, they will definitely not agree to their transformation exhibition. After they departed from the villa, the living room fell silent once again. Haoran doesn't have much going on today either, so I plan to go upstairs to the bedroom and get some more sleep. Maybe I stayed up too late last night. I still feel a bit drowsy. However, at that moment, Chen Hao's phone suddenly started ringing. It's a call from mom. Speaking of which, ever since Chen Hao acquired the system, stayed home all the time, never been outside. Today marks the 5th day. He had originally planned to wait for some time until his business expanded. Give my parents a surprise. I never expected mom to call at this moment. Hey mom, has your son been busy with work lately? Have you had your meal? A caring greeting from mom came through the phone. After Chen Hao finished responding to his mom, then asked if it would be convenient to go home tomorrow. Tomorrow is your grandfather's 70th birthday. Your second uncle's family has also returned. After hearing the news that second uncle's family was coming back, Chen Hao was overjoyed. His second uncle has doted on him since he was a child. It was around the time when Chen Hao started middle school. His second uncle's family went to the Jinling City exhibition. It's been roughly a decade since I last returned home. I heard that the exhibition in Jinling is excellent. The business involves coal mining, earning a few million a year. Go ahead. I will definitely be there tomorrow. Chen Hao hesitated for a few seconds, agreed to it swiftly. During the stay-at-home challenge, going out is not allowed. Otherwise, the challenge will be unsuccessful. Yet tomorrow is, after all, Grandpa's 70th birthday celebration. Chen Hao has to go. At worst, just give up the achievement of staying home for a week. The reward isn't that big of a deal. It's fine if there's something better, but it's not a big deal if there isn't. Let's book the flight for tomorrow at noon, 12 p.m. Before leaving, claim the reward for staying home on the 5th day first, and then we'll talk. Chen Hao made a decision in his heart. After finishing the phone call, Chen Hao instructed the maid to prepare a few things. A birthday gift for Grandpa. You need to be the most sincere, the most expensive and the most unique. The most unique. Hao Chen is currently unable to go outside, so I had no choice but to let the maid handle it. Grandpa is already at such an advanced age. There are definitely no particular demands when it comes to food and clothing. A 70-year-old person can witness 3 generations living together. Nothing brings him greater comfort than this. So, apart from asking the maid to prepare some valuable gifts, Hao Chen also made a special phone call. Ask Zheng Zi to help customize a birthday calligraphy painting. The Nawa Group owns businesses in the antique industry. Additionally, I got to know many experts skilled in calligraphy. For him, it's merely a matter of saying hello. I'm afraid we might have to wait until tomorrow afternoon. It probably won't be ready until around 3 o'clock. No worries. It will just trouble you to pass it on to Han Kuan when the time comes. Ask him to bring it to me. No problem. In response to Chen Hao's gratitude, Zheng Zi felt very happy. No trouble at all, no trouble. Zheng Zi quickly expressed his stance. Besides, what kind of situation is this? It's just a matter of a single sentence. Based on his position within the group, even if you cough a couple of times, it can scare many high-ranking officials into dropping to their knees. Moreover, why not? It's rare for Chen Hao to have a situation where his help is needed. He couldn't ask for more. He was even planning to personally deliver it to Chen Hao. Meet Chen Hao's parents.